time do you fart with that thing?
What is up, everybody? How is it going? We are hopefully gonna finish this bottom panel tonight. That includes doing the monitor, which I may or may not trace. I don't know. I don't like tracing 3D models. Like, a lot of people do it, and a lot of people, when they get called out for it, they're like, oh, it's legitimate, but it feels like shit to do. I'm sorry. Like, it actually feels terrible. Like, if you have drawing ability, it, like, fucks with your flow. I really don't like doing it. And also 3D models as well, if you're not trained. They don't behave like human bodies. Like, that's the other thing that a lot of people don't really understand, is they don't properly behave in the same way that a human body would, with its ligaments and musculatures and, like, skeletal structure. You can get them to do fucked up, unnatural shit. And it's a really bad way to draw. Anytime I see someone trace a 3D model, I kind of just, like, shake my head a little disapprovingly. It's literally a brain drain. You should not have to rely on that as a draftsman. But unfortunately, it's the over-reliance of a tool. And that's one of my big fears with art, is that skills and stuff have deteriorated more than people are willing to admit. As time has gone on, and has the computer, as much as people don't want to admit it, the computer has made people worse artists, like, overall. But also because of, like, over accessibility. Like, that is another one of my hot art takes that I got in a fights with people over on another Discord.
But he's gay. I mean, he's gay, excuse me, he's blind.
But in another server, people used to say that, like, accessibility was, like, this like, ultimate good. And I don't personally believe that. I think people can go into things with the wrong expectations and ideas. I mean, case in point, like, every single air quotes, a million air quotes, AI generated thing has been a scam in some way. And people tout that as, like, an accessibility thing all the time. But, like, there's also the discussion of, oh jeez, there we go. Let's find some longer music to rant to. Personally, I don't think everyone needs to be, like, an artist. That's not, like, a thing. People think they're entitled. Well, this thing just exists and I'm entitled to it. You know, that's a very bad mindset to have. If you want something and you think it's worth putting the effort in, like, sure, go for it. But this idea that everyone needs to have every skill on the planet, that has always been stupid to me. Because it's also this assumption that everyone is the same and has the same personality and interests. Yeah, well, that's kind of what I'm getting at, is, like, everyone, like, there's, I don't know, you gotta find the things you want to do as a person. But also, too, like, I don't know, it's easy to say, oh, I generated this art, I'm an artist, because art is also one of those, like, cool people skills where people place value on it, but at the same time, because it takes a long time to do, but at the same time they don't want to pay for it. You know, you know, there is very much a type of person that thinks that, like, using image generators and stuff is like some kind of futuristic net good, when in reality you're just kind of like a less efficient spam bot that has to eat and shit and consume energy on top of consuming power, and you just produce trash on the internet. Like, you're actually a net negative on society. Yeah, no, it's like it's a desire for, it's a, you know, it's a desire for attention. It's a desire for trying to prescribe, like, meaning. But to me, as someone who values creative stuff over my own personal existence, to me, if you can't go to bat for the thing you're making by actually making it, then why the fuck should anyone else care to see it? Like, that's the thing about a lot of those, like, prompter people that, like, and the people that think that technology is, like, good, or it, like, actually makes art more accessible. It doesn't, by the way. Like, that's a misnomer that I get really pissed off about, because accessibility would mean that you would have the equal outcome of skill. But you don't learn anything with that stuff. It just spits out a weighted average of all the data it's stolen. And it needs data to do stuff. Like, that's a big thing. I mean, that's why they call it AI, because they want to make it seem more mystical and more powerful than it actually is. When in reality, it's just a spam bot. It's just a chat bot that can synthesize data. Now the thing I see them really getting into that kind of makes me a little more unnerved is they're all getting in. All of these fucking shitty companies want to build a robot now. They want to build a humanoid robot. And that really bothers me. Like, for one thing, it doesn't make sense. Like, a robot should be purpose-built to a task. It doesn't need to look like a human if it performs the task better than a person. But no, they want, like, this general-purpose robot that'll do everything. But in reality, something like that could only work as good as a person. You know, with maybe the caveat that it'll use less resources or whatever, but it still needs, like, power and stuff. But I don't know. That's enough. That's enough doom posting, I suppose. I got caught up on Pult Fan's Twitter last night, and I disagree with a lot of his opinions on stuff. But we're still following each other on Twitter. So sometimes I'll get hit with his stuff. And that's kind of how he gets in, like, viewers and stuff, too. Is he screams at Twitter.
Hey, Ken, I was thinking about,
Oops.
maybe taking a year off, going back to college, starting my career. Nonsense, Barbie. You're staying home and having my kids.
John, what are you playing?
Systemic oppression? The Barbie line of toys launched in 1959 and quickly became the desire of every little girl. Who wouldn't want to look like Barbie? She's bright, colorful, fun, and likely hasn't eaten anything since a moon landing in 1969. With those proportions, I think you're going to be needing one of these, Barbie.
But yeah, people can't just enjoy things anymore. They gotta do it for clout on the internet, because that means sponsorships and money. It's like, it's the same thing that, like, fucking poisons hobbies. It's like, no one can just be into it to be into it anymore. There's gotta be some kind of, like, fucking media empire associated with it.
Classy music. Also, nice Playboy bunny costume you got there. Why are you wearing that? This is a kid's game. Is that just how you dress then on a normal basis? Okay.
Hello?
Hi, Barbie. It's Ken. Would you like to go to the prom?
Sounds like fun.
Great. See you in an hour.
So far, on the sound design, we're looking at a perfect 10. Well, this was 1984. Maybe this is just what people thought video games were? I can't move the car or do anything. What's going on? Is this clock somehow related? Wait, do I seriously have to just wait and watch her drive for an hour? Oh, okay, you can go into these businesses along the strip. That's cool. I'm going to look beautiful. So I guess I'm just trying to get ready for that date with 56K modem Ken.
See you in an hour.
Okay, I'm all ready. Looking good, waiting for that hour mark, and let's go, Ken.
Hello?
Hi, Barbie. It's Ken. Would you like to go to dinner?
But Ken, we already had a date, dude. You can't just flake on me like this. All right, maybe I screwed it up. Maybe he could sense I wasn't pretty enough over the phone. Okay, I look great. 1 hour, let's go.
Hello?
Hi, Barbie. It's Ken. Would you like to go to the pool?
Sounds like fun.
Great. See you in an hour.
What is this? Some kind of Twilight Zone episode?
Oh,
Barbie just
yeah.
getting ready for very
Well, my problem is they don't teach skills anymore. Like, people rely too much on the computer to do stuff. And I do think the quality of art has suffered for it. Kenny Lauderdale was posting a bunch of, I guess he was finally watching some, like, that dude loves watching older anime. And he was posting some, like high definition, like, basically they film scan something in, because you can scan film up to something like 8K or some ridiculous fucking shit. It's why older anime that, like, gets proper treatment can look really, really good. But for me, I think that the more you automate a process, the more you homogenize it, and it leads to less interesting art to me. And plus, I just think physical stuff just looks better than digital. Like, this is probably... Sorry, hang on, I got it. Oh, God. My setup is starting to look like fucking Asmongold. With his fucking disgusting trash all over. All my Slurpee cups. But yeah, I just think as tools have made things more accessible, they've also made things less interesting. But I just think the computer is boring as far as like art goes when it's trying to do real life stuff. Like obviously there's cool shit that only a computer could do. Like I love old like 3D models. Yeah, I do, you know, certain things have gone up, but like but I don't know, it's like even as someone who went to art school, there's just like certain skills that aren't really like taught properly, like perspective being one of them. Like I had perspective classes, but I don't have a good way to implement it into like a workflow. I don't know. It's hard for me to explain. That being said, I do think more people are into art. But I personally believe the bar has kind of gotten lower. Even though, like, the amount of it has increased. But that just might be me. You know, I don't know. Like when it got read, when I look at, like those old, master grade, like, Gundam manuals. Well, I think its education has just deteriorated on it. So that's why, like, people are turning to self-taught sources like the internet. And some people do get good being self-taught, but, you know, a lot of people don't. They get, like, they kind of just, like, learn, like, something. I used to train with a trainer, for like lifting and shit, because that's something I used to get for free because I traded him for graphic design stuff. And he used to tell me this thing called practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes permanent. And that always stuck with me. I do think that a lot of that stuff could be relearned, and those skills could be reclaimed, to some degree, but there would have to be some kind of, like, cultural movement or readoption of a lot of stuff. Because, like, when the business side of things, when the state of the art changes, it kind of affects everything. Like, no one does cell animation anymore. Like, just period. But certain people have, like, picked it back up as, like, I've seen videos of people picking it back up as, like, a fun little thing, you know, that they do. So I don't know, like, but that's, you know, I also recognize that I live like a fucking gremlin, like a weirdo loner. And I have gaps in a lot of my personal experience with certain things that other people might not.
This one turns into some sort of tent puzzle outdoor adventure. When you finally do get to some
But yeah, that's why I get so pissed at a lot of the pro AI shit. Is because it's actually going to make art worse over time. Because it's going to make it unviable for people to learn skills. And then it'll eat itself. It'll give itself dementia. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're happy with your own shit, that's fine. Like, that's all. I think that's just what you gotta do. Like, I'm not happy with my stuff. That's why I rant about it like a psychopath. Do I need to look at how a Blue Archive character looks? Can I say, for as much as I plan to shit on Blue Archive in this video, I fucking know nothing about it. I know absolutely nothing about it. Like, I tried to watch the anime, and they were fucking going on about, oh, the school's gonna close. We want to save the school. Like, fuck the school. Fuck it in the ass. Like, I get it's Asia, and they have some kind of, like, Stockholm Syndrome love for, like school and, like, going to school. Even though it seems just as crushing and oppressive as the rest of Japanese society. The regular bimbo one or the super bimbo one? I don't know. I don't know fucking anything. Like, okay, you want to know what my fucking thought process with this is? All of them have, like, these weird digital, like, halos. Like, they're like fucking cyber angels or whatever. So you know what I did? I gave her horns. Because it's Red Archive. And she's a devil. She's Deeble. Legitimately, that is how much I know about this game. Other than that, it's like a Korean game and it's published by some Chinese publisher in Japan. And for some reason, Japanese otaku love it. They cannot get enough of it. And I could not tell you why. It just looks like every other boring non-Japanese gacha I've seen. Except it's a little more, like, cel-shaded. Instead of being, like, having that everything is Photoshop, gray, smudge brush, overpainted look. God, sorry, I'm really nasally today. My allergies. I guess I have allergies. So I'm gonna be yakking up. I apologize. I really apologize. That is foul. Like, I know I do gross shit. Like, I'll burp into the mic as, like, a joke. But, like, I don't mean to do that. But, you know, ever since my surgery, I have just, like, instead of shit clearing up, I just am way more sinusy. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about Blue Archive. So, I'm sure Blue Archive people are going to not like what I have to say about gacha that comes from outside of Japan and tries to wear anime and manga like a skin. Like a Halloween costume. I think I just don't like gacha, I'm gonna be real.
This is it.
I have 7 of them. Do you want one?
I knew Barbie had a secret past. They changed her name and identity to push her evil, sexy agenda. I mean, she's not appropriate for children at all. She's a toy by the giant marketing tycoons. This is horrible.
That's not even the worst thing. Look at this.
Oh my God, is that really what Florida looks like? Thank you so much for watching the beginning of season 3 of JonTron. It's thanks to you we can keep making this show. So if you want to help support it, consider signing up for a free 30-day trial at this link.
But yeah, I just legitimately have no fucking idea what it's about, other than they live in like cyber hell and go to school or something.
This baby's actually pretty all right. She's got some moves, even if she isn't all
That can be a very valid reason. That's almost kind of Calico. I can almost kind of relate to that. I see my desire to do manga comes from, you know, obviously an appreciation of the art that makes up the things I like, you know, video games, anime, you know, some manga, doujin stuff. But like, I also get fucking super tilted looking at other non-Japanese people trying to do what I'm doing, and instead of feeling like, oh man, camaraderie, I just get pissed because they do it like shit. But yeah. No, I can kind of the righteous indignation of you suck dick, watch me do it better is a very masculine urge. That's kind of what the Taruko episode was kind of a bit based on, a little bit. And that's kind of what the third episode, I don't know, you know, I thought I knew what the third episode was going to be like. But I'm kicking around two ideas. I'm thinking which one would be a little easier to produce, because like I haven't even finished the manga yet, and I'm already kind of like thinking about the production of everything, and just how it's gonna like take a very long time. I mean, that too, yeah, I had stuff I wanted to make. As well.
Darth Vader down. Poor guy's taking it hard. Wow, that sure was a lot of fun. But that's it for X-Men. Make sure to join us next time.
Nice. What did you make? If you never directed an anime opening in your head while listening to music. God, that's something I do all the time. Like when I get really like antsy, because I clearly have some like undiagnosed ADHD thing. I generally what I do is I go on a walk and I just listen to music. Or if I'm in like going to work or whatever. But that's one of the that's one of the ideas I was thinking of doing. Either the one episode that I was planning on doing, or I wanted to just kind of draw a bunch of people's OCs to see if I could get some more regulars paying attention to the channel. It's a little cheap. I also thought about really quickly like doing like an Oni Plays comp just as a joke. Yep, exactly. Just listening to music and thinking about like cool ideas and stuff for set pieces. Hell yeah. I do that now as a fucking 30-year-old man. It sucks because I had some really cool ideas for the original draft of this manga. Yeah, what did you end up making, the Calico? Also, holy shit, I did not prepare to draw this properly. I did not do myself any favors with this, You drew a kimono. What did you draw? God. It's just cute. It's a special new OC race. Oh my god. Yeah, you can be like a fucking Sergal dude or whatever. Make some weird fetishy, like, abomination. Like, tell people it's like a fucking adoptable or something. I will say I do suck at drawing hair compared to, like, I know I'm punking a lot of other artists in this. I'm gonna get some flack for this one, I think. I'm expecting it to not end well for me. In terms of, like, I wouldn't be surprised if someone made like a fucking equally as long hour-long video debunking like all my like thoughts and opinions on things.
This scar man's life, that bad. Until next time, I'll be taking Obi-Wan to D3. Okay, alright, I think that's just for show.
But I'm fully willing to admit that I have a sinking suspicion that this will end poorly for me.
What's going on here? This game's technically from the future. Should be working flawlessly.
But yeah, but yeah, I'm pretty rough at drawing hair.
This is not the same thing. This is bad. You can take my dignity, but you can't take my NES. Like I said, dignity is fine. Take it. I didn't really have much to begin with. The Nintendo Entertainment System is well known for being the place where you proved if you were worthy or not. It was the gauntlet for retro games. Sink or swim, and Star Wars was no exception. Let's see how the galaxy far, far away fares. Right off the bat, you get the awesome theme music, although it seems a little more upbeat than usual. The cutscenes here look great for the NES and really serve the films well. Like, here's what I mean. See that? C-3PO is looking at you right in your eyes like you just caught him masturbating. In this first level here, you go around on your land speeder, assuming this is Tatooine, and you explore various caves and environments. The game mostly takes place on foot, with Luke holding his little blaster. But hey, I want my lightsaber!
So I'm just gonna have to be very careful about what I say, I think.
Jawas or cave flies or Brendan Fraser's The Mummy. But hold on, I mean, I don't. Maybe I gotta brush up on my Star Wars lore, but I don't remember, was Brendan Fraser part of this? Who is this guy? What's he doing here? I think he might be in the wrong game. Huh? Who's this? Oh, it's your boy Obi-Wan. What you doing in the cave, bro? It's okay though. I know you got good intentions. I can see it splayed out all over your lifeless, cross-eyed gaze. Oh boy, what a great crowd tonight. What a great audience. God, there's so many monsters and scary things in these caves. How will I ever find my way? Oh, there's an exit sign right there. It would all be hopeless. I had
God.
neon sign. Thanks, whoever put that there. It's kind of similar to Zelda 2 in the way that
But yeah, I seem to have a really bad drawing habit when it comes to hair. That's something that I feel like I could really use some work on. But then again, that's the fucking theme song for this goddamn series. Is, man, I wish I was better at this. Man, I wish I didn't suck dick at that.
eventually you do get your lightsaber, which is pretty cool. And lucky for you, the laws of momentum need not apply. You just barrel through people at will. Oh my god, they put a top-down shooter segment in too? This game has ridiculous variety for the NES. I gotta say, it's so immersive. Literally getting drawn in. Bonjour, I fight. And just like that, she's gone. Come on, guys, look alive. You just saved the whole galaxy. A simple twitch or spasm will do. Also, Leia has a club head. I don't know what's up with that. Somebody better tell her. While we're at it, let's take a look at the game's sequel, Empire Strikes Back for NES.
Let's see.
Once again, right off the bat, awesome cutscenes and music.
yeah, I also have a lot of really bad self-taught, like, quirks as well. I don't know, I'm just bad at, like, identifying problems and working to improve them. I kind of just, like, unga my way forward through shit.
Blood just stopped me dead in my tracks to tell me that. Will you just let me play the damn game? Look, all I'm saying is... Oh, come on! It's a little hard to control. Goddamn, somehow the blaster got even faster this time. Look at this thing go. Whoa! My God! The heads down, everyone. Luke's packing the standard issue pistol over here. Trust me, you don't want to see the heavy artillery. The game is mostly a platformer, but like last time, it's a hybrid sort of thing when you really get down to it, incorporating many styles of gameplay. Whoa, what? You can see the game designer credits if you go to this corner here. Ooh, choose the Force. Choose the Force? I think you're getting that wrong somewhere, but it's still catchy, so I'll let it slide. You can also do this, whatever this is. Oh. Oh. Okay. I think something's definitely happening here. Now that's just absolutely unnecessary. He did not have to die that real. Interesting tidbit. In this game, they brought back the Atari 2600 version of Empire Strikes Back entirely as its own level. You may
God.
by its better-known name, Bird vs. Camel. Pretty crazy, right? What used to be sold as an entire game 10 years prior is now just one minor portion of a larger game. That's progress. Most importantly, though, you can shoot up the butt of the AT-AT. Inbound to the rear, Captain! Time for a backup plan, sir. The enemy appears to be totally enjoying getting it up the butt. Oh, God, I'm hit! Oh, I think I'm going down! Okay, I think I may have sustained some serious damage, but... Well, you know, I think I might make it out all right. Oh, wow. That turned out a lot better than expected. I even got my own little lightsaber. I'm invincible. I'm a god. I don't even need a snow speeder. I'm coming for you. Here I come. I'm gonna break the game. I don't care about the fucking rules. By the end, finally get to battle, face to face with Darth Vader, who sits there and endlessly fires a blaster at you, just like in the movies. And then, jumping up a generation, we have the Super Star Wars games. For me, there was absolutely nothing like booting one of these up. Colorful, action-packed, and each and every one unique in their own way. This was as good as it gets. And there's not much bad to say about these games, barring mentioning their brutal difficulty. It was one of those games where the enemies don't stop spawning out of nowhere, so it was easy to take hits when you didn't want to. Why does the blaster keep getting faster and faster with each installment? How are they even going to keep that up? At the current rate of technological growth, we predict by the far-off year of 2002, the blast will approximately firing this fast. Oh my goodness, I fired directly into the gallery. Oh! Oh! Now you may think that's where the old Nintendo Star Wars games end, but rumor has it, there exists another game, far off forbidden land to the east. And for this we must look to eBay. Here it is. Yes, in fact, there exists a Japanese version of Star Wars solely for the Japanese version of the NES, Famicom. And it's completely different from the American version in every aspect, from the ground up. The game starts off with Luke looking at a transmission from Leia as shown by R2-D2. Standard stuff so far. Leia, I'm walking here, okay? You go around whacking little owl dudes and other monsters that I don't really recall from Star Wars. In this rendition, of course, Luke Skywalker was played by Jean-Claude Van Damme. Pretty much everything you slice with your saber just explodes instantly. In proper Japanese fashion, the stormtroopers are freaking adorable. Also, you better like the Star Wars theme if you're gonna play this. I mean, you better love it. Because this loop is all it plays. What? Well, it's a little early to see Darth Vader, isn't it? He doesn't usually spend his valuable time in the first level. Whatever. It's a fight you want, Vader. It's a fight you'll get.
He literally just stole this joke from the AVG.
never level with Egyptian symbolism. You fight all sorts of crazy enemies that look like they fit more into Zelda than Star Wars. What the hell? This doesn't look like it should be anywhere near this series. It's like something from a Mario game. Yes, just as I planned. Darth Vader is much weaker when submerged in water and cannot breathe. Why am I swimming and he's not? That's not fair. Cool. This time he's a fish. What a trickster. I suppose the whole thing here is just going around saving your friends from various anamorphing Darth Vaders. Oh, good. The Millennium Falcon was here the whole time. Well, that's good to know. Glad to know I didn't even need to swim all that way. The Millennium Falcon could have just taken me straight where I wanted to go, especially considering it can just fly right beside this magical floating body of water. You know what? No, this is great fun. You're always guessing. What kind of crazy creature you gonna turn into this time, Vader? Well, that time it was just actually him, I think. Poor guy. I just wanted to slaughter an animal. Well, mission over. Galaxy saved. A whale, small head dog, Han Solo. How you doing, buddy? You look like you really worked to get there. You look happy. That's good for you. You know, there was a lesson in all this. And what that lesson was, I don't really know. But I'll tell you one thing's for sure. Be careful who you damage, or they may become a scary animal. What's going on now? What's happening? The butterfly. Star Wars. Look out, Vader. Here I come. Star Wars Episode 1, a film that famously lives in infamy. And I do mean infamy. From Gungans to midichlorians, I think it's safe to say this movie spawned more social outrage than the burning of the Great Library of Alexandria, and that was real bad. All my favorite books got burned up in that, like this coloring book, for example. Mustaches of the former Soviet Union. Only comes with the crayon brown. Better not color outside the lines, or else Papa will have to go back to a concrete hole in the ground. When people were watching this film, they had to have been saying to themselves, I wish I could experience this for myself. I wish I could be there. Little did they know, their wish was already granted.
Man,
Star Wars Episode 1, the fans
it might just be my nostalgia, but if someone sat me down, I would and told me which Star Wars trilogy that everyone hates would you rather watch. You could either watch the prequels 3 times in a row or watch the new trilogy, the Disney trilogy. I think I would pick the prequels. I'm gonna be real. Again, it just could be my nostalgia. I was very young when these movies were coming out. So when you're like a kid and that's like your first Star Wars, it's very easy. I forgot about that part. I mean, I never thought they were bad, but I also didn't grow up with Star Wars in the 80s or whatever, the 70s. Late 70s, early 80s. So, I don't know. I just think the Disney ones are so fucking joyless. At least the prequels are made by the guy who made the fucking series. You know, so there's like kind of whimsy with them. The new shit is just so sterile looking and ugly. The new movies just look so, like, robotically trying to be the stuff from the 70s and failing. I haven't watched the original trilogy that much. I have them on VHS. Because I found them at a yard sale for like nothing, unless I sold that. Did I get rid of that? I'm probably still have that.
but I can say this one is definitely a lot less disorienting. It's got a much better field of view. I suppose this game could be described as more arcade-like.
But yeah,
Back at it again.
oops. I never hated the prequels. I never got like the hate for them. Oh man, old internet flash stuff. I wish I had more experiences with it. But I think by the time...
While we're already looking at these weird flash games, there's another one that ties in with the toys. Revenge of the Sith Scene Bot. I think it's actually supposed to be called George Lucas Special Edition Simulator. Why make one movie when you can just keep adding to the same one forever? Just put that there. One here. More. It must be perfect. Never clean. Never clean. Yes, never happened. I'm in control of my life. But I know what you're saying. Where's the guy gonna get a Gungan game, huh? Well, fear not. The Gungan frontier is here for you.
God damn it. I keep hitting the fucking...
Prospective candidates seem to have contracted a bad case of rigor mortis. The moon! I want to scale back your expectations a little bit. Oh, come on, man. Have some patience already. Who do I look like to you? Buzz Aldrin? This takes a decent amount of planning. I don't even know where to start. No, that's all right. I mean, you can hold on to that. I'm not going to think twice about it. Okay, what is going on here? There's the crash. Did not ask for him. That's good, though. Ooh, that guy is bigger than described on the ledger there. Okay, let's get two of those guys. Maybe they'll make a family. All right, what's the crash dude? Oh, God! Please tell me that's the only time that happens. All right, Ronto, he's pretty nice. Whatever. Is that a good tree? Very, it's a healthy tree. Okay. I do not know what is going on here. This is something else. Oh, who was that? Oh, come on, Jar Jar. Leave me alone for a second, all right? I'm over here trying to...
Sorry if you heard that. That's the fucking train by my house. I'm surprised how much I can hear that from in my basement.
Jar. Oh, here he goes. He's gonna get it this time. Poor little guy, can never get that jar open. But what about the art of the pod race? To the dismay of some, it played a huge part in the first prequel movie. I always loved pod racing. In fact, I think of all the scenes in the prequel trilogy, Anakin's pod race against Sebulba is easily my favorite. Each pod racer is built uniquely for the character designated to it, so there's a very visceral sense of tension and imminent danger that adds to the drama. At any moment, your favorite player could be torn to shreds. And that's really what we all want deep down, isn't it? Wow! I could do this all day. It's amazing. It's so good! This is Episode 1 Racer for the N64. I don't know why they called it Racer and not Pod Racer. I guess they thought people...
Yeah, it's never bothered me. It's never been like a noise issue. You think it would. But like, I've never been bothered by it, and I've heard people say similar shit.
Like if Gonzo from the Muppets had sex with Jeff Goldblum from The Fly. Oh, God, get it out of my head. Life finds a way. They come here, they look around, they know why. with the fact that it sounds like you're about to take yourself out
Oh,
of
jeez.
bleach. The feeling of speed they were able to accomplish here was impressive, given that it was N64. The controls were tight too. It felt like an accurate recreation of a pod race, which I'm assuming is what they were going for. And not to mention, there were tons of awesome locations to race in and a multitude of racers to choose from. I think it's safe to say, I love this one. Oh, looks like Anakin won't be making it to episode 2 after all. They also made a Game Boy Color version of this that opens with a sweet remix of Duel of the Fates. The game itself isn't much to write home about, though. Ah, yes. So this is the sound of true death. Well, I guess that's it. That's all of them. Tune in next time.
Ooh. See, I'm close enough to the train where it actually does shake my house just rolling by.
Super Bombad Racing? That can't be good. What is going on here? What's a Bombad? I don't know who was in charge of this, but they are clearly an unrecognized genius. You had, like, all the Star Wars lexicon, and you chose this? You went with Bombad. Is that some sort of artistic thing you guys got going on here? Don't want to be too cliche? No, it's all good, really. You guys just keep doing you. No, but I can't move past this part, because what's a Bombad? Is it this thing Jar Jar's riding on? Is that a Bombad? No, actually, because that's what's known as a tri-bubble bongo. See, I've done my research. I took to the internet to see what a Bombad could be, after all, and it turns out Bombad may refer to the Gungan word for superb. So this game's title literally translates to super superb racing. What can I say? That's pretty super superb in itself. Stop it, come on. Why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah, it's like listening to the church bells, except a little more with a little more oomph. Jesus. You know, I'm gonna zoom out and this thing is gonna look like shit. Watch. Well, it's not that bad.
Thank you for joining us on this special edition of Stargate. Now, I didn't want to spoil the surprise, but we have a very special guest joining us here today. Why don't you introduce yourself?
It's me, dude. It's the real Yoda. What's up, man? How's it going?
Fucking Zach Hadel's you.
To understand that you're here to promote your new book, Green and Clean. An inspirational story it is.
Yo, alright, here's all you gotta know. I did a lot of crazy stuff. I was a crazy guy, you know what I'm saying, man? I broke a lot of couches. I hurt a lot of people. Yo, dude, listen up, listen. I was a bad guy, dude. I used to be a bad egg, you know. Used to go and hurt people with my hands physically. Used to attack me in the eyes and stuff. And now I'm changed. I'm a good guy now. I'm a good egg. I was in a dark place, man. I was in a dark, dark place. I found my inner force. Whenever I feel like going crazy and just screaming or something like crazy like that, I just realize I gotta calm down, dude.
There was a message to be taken from all of this. What kind of advice would you give?
I was there. I was where you are now, dude. I'm down fighting again. Dog died. Got hit by a car. Dad puts a cigarette under your brain. I know what it's like, man. I know what it's like to be there. You feel like looking down and your eyes bulge out because you see that long weed sitting there. You start licking your lip and you think you can just take it, start smoking it, dude. It's like I say, anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Suffering leads to back to anger again. It's a big thing. You can check out my new YouTube channel, Green Boards. We do all kinds of crazy stuff. There's like crazy prank videos.
Absolutely inspirational. Now, thank you for coming on the program, Yoda, and stay clean, huh? Be a role model to all these kids out there in the galaxy.
So stop judging me with that eyes, dude. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know who I've killed.
Is he gone? Where'd he go? Did you see him get in his car? Did he leave? I'll let him back in. I don't know if it was him, who it was. The bathroom's in chaos. I'm trying to brush my hair to get ready for the show. There's doo-doo speckles all over the mirror. That's disgusting. Well, that was awkward. And that's not freak of nature that is Yoda stories for Windows 95, where promises of Yoda watching you breathe in your sleep are guaranteed. Is that so? Whose bright idea was this
Oops.
one? Really, you gotta give credit to the person who decided to aggressively trademark this property. They knew, okay, they knew they were gonna be doing a little Yoda Stories 2, Yoda Stories 3 up in here. They did not want to waste this opportunity. They could see ahead. Unlike Yoda here, who's clearly anxious about his own future, looking like Bill Murray in Lost in Translation. Oh, watch where you're flying that thing. You might accidentally knock Yoda back out of his catatonic state. This game is really bizarre because even though it is legitimately made by LucasArts, it has this Windows 95 stock game look to it. It plays in a window and has that gray, boxy desktop aesthetic. In the marketing for this game, they proclaim it to be the second game in their LucasArts Desktop Adventure series. Wait, what? This isn't the only one? The first one apparently being Indiana Jones and his Desktop Adventures. No joke, that's the real name. Literally billions of possible games! Literally billions! Conveniently one small disc. Billions of lies. Contrary to popular understanding, though, Desktop Adventures just refers to Indiana Jones sitting at his desk catching up on his unpaid bills. I actually have one of the cutscenes right here. Overages. Why did it have to be overages? I don't know. Get off my back! Mantle? Yeah, it does look good on the mantle, because I put it there. You think I don't know what looks good on the mantle? Hey, honey, I have an idea. Let's play a game. It's called Who Bought What? How you win, you point to one thing in this house you bought with your own money. That's a bit heavy for a kid's game. Who approved that? These games were not meant to have any sort of central story. They were made as more of a time killer in the same way that Chip's Challenge or Minesweeper were. That's why they kind of look the same. Now, I'm not just saying that either. This was a selling point, all right? They were proud of this. They put it on the back of the box. Infinitely replayable. Goodbye, Solitaire. I was waiting for them to make a sequel to this. Well, they seem to have used a picture here from Chewbacca's swimsuit edition. But also, oh wait, this is apparently just a standard pose Chewbacca does for some reason. Who knew? The game is procedurally generated, meaning that the world builds as you play. It's actually pretty impressive for the year it was made in. The idea is that no two playthroughs are supposed to be alike, and each separate game is meant to be completed in a short sitting. When you enter the game, you have to find Yoda, and each time he gives you a unique mission. And as for Luke, well, he's looking a bit, how you say, gremlin-esque this time around. To use anything in this game, you first have to drag it onto the action slot, and then that's the only thing you'll be able to use for the time being. R2-D2, spelled R2 in this game for some reason, tells you about all the game's various inner workings. Drop me on anything you find confusing, and I'll give you some hints. Finally, we'll get some answers on this. Hey, you looking a bit, what is it, claustrophobic or sunken in there? Oh, is the quest, so the quest is you turning into a cylinder of feces? Oh no, that's just a sample of carbonite. Okay, easy mistake, I guess I screwed up. But you can see where I might have gone wrong here. Yeah, Luke, I think you might need a bit more practice before you go out to the fray with that thing. Man, it's really, did anyone hear a pin drop around here? You know, a little sound, a little anything would have helped this along nicely. I know you were trying to outdo Solitaire here, but you could have, at least added the shuffling sound of the cards to break up the existential silence. Oh, that's good, though. They remember to put the sound of him jerking off into the woods there. That's a necessary one. Oh, okay, finally, some familiar music. Huh? Did I go deaf halfway through that? Would it have hurt to let that bad boy have a couple more measures up, play out the song? Be sure we don't meet outside, young one. Oh, okay. Well, very rarely is a phrase like that followed by anything legal or moral. What? What is going on here? These guys are bouncing wall to wall before I can even walk up to them. What are they even doing? They're so indecisive. Yoda, can you go back to the library, pick out a better story? Okay, this one ain't so compelling. I don't know if this is obvious, but I genuinely got no idea what I'm doing in this game. What? What's that noise? What? I found a blaster in this Banta's asshole. Hey, R2, why don't you tell me about that? That might be interesting. What's this guy been eating? Who is winning? Who is winning this? This is chaos. like someone getting a butt plug removed. I mean, there's only like 7 sound effects in this whole game. You're already low on sound real estate. You're gonna pick that? For Christ's sake! At least the game has multiple worlds and environments to explore. I've seen Dagobah, Tatooine, Mos Eisley, and Hoth. It's all about problem solving. Get this item to do that thing, talk to that character, and so on. Oh, and the people you meet along the way. Let me tell you. I was nervous. I was looking for treasure in these ruins when a wall collapsed and nearly killed me. Here, take this ore drill.
Wow, thanks for this gift, but also, do you need medical attention?
What? Oh, you couldn't tell what happened there? Wasn't it obvious? Well, the answer here is clear. Is that I give up. I'm not playing anymore. Good night. See you later. Have a sweet dreams, Gremlin boy. Oh, look at that. I got a perfect Yoda. You know what that means. This is a Millennium Falcon with games on it. I got one thing to tell you about that.
Just take all my money. Oh, not this soon, not this soon.
Jag Specific, a company well known for making these plug-and-play games, also
Uh-oh, did we just dip?
Star Wars. It makes sense given how popular these were. I never understood who these were truly meant to appeal to. People who didn't know better?
I was told that there might be some adverse weather conditions
What you're looking at here is
at a certain point.
here as years of war. Think about that. You guys couldn't fit a few more instruments in there? Sounding a bit sparse. Perhaps the console was too small. I mean, to be honest, I don't know how you'd fit more than one trumpet in here, let alone one. First up is lightsaber duel. Oh, no high scores? Oh, you telling me people weren't fighting over this thing like the olden samurai trying to be number one? Old for what kind of thing exactly? Fighting your friends? I don't understand. Why is this the default? Obi-Wan and Luke is the first fight? Hey guys, you want to wait to beat this out till after you defeat the Empire? They're still flying around in the background, free as birds. When you eventually do get to fight Vader, he just breathes nonchalantly over your fight. Oh, come on, dude, don't fight dirty. No fair. Next up, Battle of Endor.
Yeah, we're supposed to be getting some hardcore shit. So, I might lose power. There's a non-zero chance this stream will be ending early tonight.
Let's see here. Oh, that's much better. This game is actually reminiscent of another pre-existing game, Return of the Jedi Arcade from back in the 80s.
Wonderful. We are now a part of the time.
3PO, you're just gonna come out and say that? Eventually, you get to a part where you're an ATST walking around shooting everyone. It's pretty great because no one else stands a chance, and winning is fun. The third stage is just Falcon stuff, pretty standard. Next on the list, Assault on Hoth. Woo! Well, this seems like a lot of work to give to one guy. I'd be pretty stressed out if I were him. Like they couldn't spare one more guy? I guess that Alliance-paid free tuition is looking a lot less attractive by the minute, eh, buddy? Occasionally a guy flies by and drops off a coin. The coin is great and all, but I would've...
Would appear that in an hour until about like 3-ish. It says tornado till about 5-ish, but pretty much says at 3 o'clock it's gonna clear up.
Darth Vader, R2-D2, and General Grievous. These three all have the same games on them, just different casings. Some rarer than others. First up is Coruscant Attack. Yeah, okay, I'm seeing Attack. I'm not so sure about Coruscant. This game kind of reminds me of the 1982 arcade game Sinistar. If any of you even know what that is. Sinistar always freaked me out. I tell you what, if you threw in a giant Darth Vader head that chased you and yelled catchphrases, you'd have yourself a bona fide winner here.
Your destiny lies with me.
There's Droid Invasion, which is basically some weird version of Arkanoid. Thrilling. And Gunship Battle, which is basically just nothing. Just nothing at all, basically. I don't even know how this ship stays in the air. Oh, and excuse me, how could I forget? Utapau chase. The only chase that's going to be happening here is the one for my money back. Yeah? Okay, what? Huh? Alright. Well, that's enough of that now. This one has 5 games instead of 4. The last one being Grievous Onslaught. It's okay. I think you're going around as Anakin, just slashing droids left and right. I assume you're here to save Chancellor Palpatine in the film. It's funny, whenever you're about to save the Chancellor, he gets sucked into the floor. Okay, now on to the ones with the peripheral. This one's called Lightsaber.
God, I had a friend who had this growing up. That Tiger Electronics.
Works is this training droid here, I guess, has infrared sensors or something in it, so you just haphazardly put it on top of something and use the saber to play the game. Now, where is that thing?
With the lightsaber.
Oh yeah? Where'd the other half of it go? This thing is so stubby. I think it might have been packaged for the wrong purpose. You know what I mean? Oh, you know what I mean. X-wing docking, right this way, Mr. Skywalker, sir. Whoa, now this is amazing. I've always wanted to input my name with a lightsaber. Or wait, hold on. I think I actually have done that in the past.
It's gonna be a butterfly, right?
And that's it. You're mine now. It's over. No takebacks. Right off the bat, once again, you're training against Obi-Wan. Now listen closely. The tactic you use here is very advanced. What you do is you wait for the poor man's Parkinson's to all-encompassingly overwhelm him, at which point you whack him as hard as you can multiple times before he comes back to reality. I tried this tactic on my grandpops to get him to stop drinking and growing stuff, but all he did was scream. You know, surprisingly, this is pretty fun. Although it probably feels a lot cooler in my head than how it actually looks. But who cares, right? Fun is fun. I'm real! This next one is called Star Wars Clone Trooper. This one is a rail shooter type game. Comes with this gun. Alright, so you calibrate your gun, let it know if you're satisfied, and presto, begin. Plan on.
God damn it. Of course, I gave myself a microscopic hand to draw.
Plug and play aspect. Well, after all this loading, I better be blown away with some serious stuff. Is that it then? What exactly were you loading all that time? This looks like it predates the transistor radio. It's okay though. Everyone knows this game was meant to honor the life of legendary actor Christopher Lee, as seen here pictured on his cosmic Vespa. And now, sir, I give you the 21 Blaster salute.
Rest in peace, you legend.
Oh, sorry, dude. I'm not trying to... Oops. I'm trying to salute you. My aim's really off. I'm sorry. This is out of love. All right, we got one left. I'm not expecting much after all this. The whole thing is just contained in this cockpit joystick. No sensor bar or anything. Whoa! What? It's not terrible? Hey, cool. Color me impressed. This is probably the best plug-and-play game I've ever played. Responsive, fluid, and the graphics are in full 3D. I'm surprised this little thing is powering all that. I guess the age-old adage is true after all. The greatest surprises come in the smallest and most unassuming of packages. But hey, at least I have a good personality. This reminds me, I've been meaning to plug and play myself for a while now. Not this one. It's terrible. The first 18 levels are easy, and then Mom and Dad stopped caring.
Okay, that's done. Oh, no, fuck, I have to do her sword. Oh, no, I gave her a fucking sword. Why did I do that? This drawing is gonna be like the size of a fucking thumbnail.
Feels like a dagger of infinity, pressed between our hearts. My sweet darling, we were to be reunited once again as man and bride. We were to finally escape.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. There's a lot of people now that are kind of like trying to like bring back old internet, like for clout reasons. It's just like anime core or people doing the Higurashi style like character art for shit that has nothing to do with Higurashi. I did not play Stranger of Paradise, unfortunately. I feel really bad that like you and Goof will bring up stuff and it's like I have no idea what it is because I went to private school for like 7 entire grades and no one wanted anything to do with me. And then by the time I got to public school, it was all over. I was a loner. So I just kind of missed out on a lot of shit. I mean, yeah, I'll take your word for it. By the time I learned about AMVs, I think they were kind of moving on their way out. I swear, I did just miss like a shitload of internet like stuff. Oh, you're talking about the fucking that game. God damn it, we were talking about that. I thought Stranger of Paradise was like I had to think about it for a second. I'm like, you're talking about edgy Final Fantasy. I was like, wait a minute, is that the one with like Jack Garland where he goes, I don't give a fuck who you are? I can't, man, sorry. Ugh. It is 12. Yeah, fucking not real chaos. Okay, alright. I have a better picture of what that is. I don't know that by name. I know it as the funny video game where the guy tells exposition dump people to shut the fuck up. Well, yeah, that's funny. That I think that actually is a good fit. That's like kind of like that game's whole thing kind of has like this 2000s, like early 2000s weeb energy to it. I never went to too many conventions when I was that young. I went to this one local one at I went to 2 local ones at a at a local community college near my grandma's house. And then there was one at Bowling Green that I went to, and I think because I was with family, it kind of just turned into, hey, let's go to Dealer's Hall and then let's leave because I'm here with people that have zero fucking patience for any of this other shit. It wasn't until later that I went to PAX East a couple times. that I kind of got more of the con experience.
Main character. There's the Dalmatians, as previously discussed, the mice from American Tail, the crow from Secret of Nim, Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland, Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and the geese straight out of the Aristocats. And it goes on from there. I just really don't understand where they could have been coming from when they were making this. Ripping off a bunch of classic cartoon characters and putting them on the Titanic? Camillo, you trying to make some sort of sick, twisted reality show? Camillo, what are you doing, huh? What are you doing to us? What are you doing yourself? Oh no, Angelica here dropped her thing.
Oh, Angelica, you really are.
What a nice man picking it up for her.
Here you are. Let's hope it's a smooth crossing.
Excuse me. The fuck did you just say? You know something we don't? You got something to say? Why so devious?
Wait a second. I recognize that voice.
You're not really an old man. I knew it. He was the iceberg all along. I suppose it's easy pickings at this point, but what's with the jerky animation? Half the time, it doesn't even seem like the animators knew what they wanted from each shot. It's as if two directors constantly battled about what emotion the character in question should be displaying at any given moment. Not to mention the downright abruptly timed dialogue.
This is yours.
Oh, thanks. I must have dropped this. I really owe you one. Is that all you have to say, Italian mouse? I suppose you're going to forget about A, I, O, and U. It's near impossible to follow what's going on in this movie. I'm not even exaggerating. There are so many characters doing so many things in such a short span of time. I even found myself mixing the characters up for real. The first time I watched this, I legitimately didn't know these two old ladies were different characters. They're different characters. There's just two evil stepmothers in this. Hey, more evil's better, right? Oh, okay. Let me get this straight. The crow, he stole the pin out of the squirrel's hat there. Squirrel noticed, turned around, and then he left.
And the significance of that was?
Yeah, what's with the costumes, guys? We've been on tour, senor. Cannot wait to get home, muchachos? No, I need some more chili. More chili. I join you? I play wicked bongos, you know.
Listen, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is not how you draw a sword. This looks like ass.
I'll be over here in the corner celebrating the death of my own innocence.
I can still hear the scream.
The man that found compromise.
Hey, guy, I don't think the captain can hear you. What you're saying is interesting and all, but at this moment, I think his brain is internally swelling.
Easy pulling out of the harbor. We don't want to disturb the other liners with our wash.
And away she goes, beginning the most magical of legends that definitely never happened at all, I swear. In the next scene, we're met with the two evil steps.
Yeah, that is a big thing. Is you got to do cons with people. Solo conning sucks. The first year I went to PAX, I was supposed to be hanging out with someone, but he had friends that he was going with because he was part of a big internet group, and that really kind of messed with me that he didn't want to like hang out or whatever. We didn't really see each other the whole thing. And I kind of just was by myself. Especially at something like PAX East. Like, that's a pretty rough one to be by yourself at. And then I went the year after, really by myself. And, it was fun, but, like, yeah. I don't even like Penny Arcade. I went because of Mega 64. Because that was the closest con that they went to. And I really wanted to see their panels. I used to be like a huge Mega 64 fan.
What the fucking fuck? There was no hint of this being musical, and then all of a sudden the dog here, he comes and starts rapping. Rapping hip-hop, rapping in a style of music that won't be invented for some 70 years after this scene ends. All set against a modern...
And now I'm not a Mega 64 fan anymore.
Listen to me rhyming, dog.
But I don't regret it. I had a good time. I was very envious of Mega 64 growing up. Because it seemed like they got paid to hang out with their friends and make funny videos and just go on adventures, and somewhere in my heart of hearts I kind of wanted that, like that, the camaraderie that they had with each other, and then just making stuff and going on fun adventures. That's why I kind of applied myself a lot to art, because I was hoping that would lead to maybe something like that someday. And it never did. It never did. I'm still waiting for... I'm kind of still waiting for that to happen. And they were way more successful than me at a way younger age. But you also got to understand, too, that, like... The thing I have to tell myself, too, though, is not only were they on the internet way earlier than me, they also were in California, and I firmly believe that attributed to a lot of their success. Even though they'd probably get shitty if people brought that up. I think they have. They did at one point. I don't know how to draw swords. Fuck. I don't know why I'm going through such a... I'm sure if I looked for this in Japanese... You know,
Oh, what are you doing? You're gonna get a disease. This is how the Black Plague started.
just leave it. Who cares? It's so tiny.
What? You weren't sure? I think this is one of those things you gotta be sure about.
Wait, is this third class? Shh, get the Bradbury, New York Police Department.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm here incognito on a special assignment. I want to catch the suspects red-handed. Get it?
No.
Somebody broke into my cabin and stole the locket. That's all they took.
Excuse me, I couldn't help hearing what you said.
Bro, what's with the red hair and black beard combo? Not a good look for you. Once again, who is this and why?
Bless you. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm just a little embarrassed in my sneezes. I think they make me look like a little scared boy.
Wow, it's beautiful. The song that plays about them is already in total longer than the amount of time they've actually spent in each other's presence.
Fucking what the fuck is going on?
The guy in the black hair is taking some sort of issue with Angelica, and then he comes up and straight up points to her tits for like 10 seconds. Realistically, I think he was just trying to save her from the clutches of Jack.
Oh, did I already do this? I already did this. Fuck.
Now I know who stole my locket. It was that girl.
No, I don't think it was her. Il est possible que...
What was that?
Perhaps the locket is back with its rightful owner.
What does he mean by that?
Yeah, what does he mean by that?
Yes. Okay. All right. Good.
Nothing? What do you mean? I know. Oh, wait, no, you're right. I do know absolutely zero about you besides your name. But I don't even think I know your name. You didn't tell me. You just walked away. Maybe we should just call this whole thing off, or at least think it through.
Nothing you would tell me could prevent me from loving you.
Even if I were to say something like, reject all your sexual advances? Oh, yeah, okay. No, I can now see that that is not going to stop you either. What's going on here? How'd everyone get to a vantage point to watch this all at once? Nobody noticed they're being watched here? And they lived happily ever after, as skeletons at the bottom of the ocean. Hey, everything went perfectly to plan. What a perfect scene, am I right? 10 out of 10. Okay, I think we're done with the worst of it. Love interest, kissed, everything's falling into place. The movie's got to wrap up at some point now. Come on. Come on, baby, I just want out. Hey, at least it makes more sense than hip-hop, dog, in terms of time period. Oh, no. This is getting sinister. Got a bad feeling about this.
Look at that. What, you never seen this before? That's not just ice.
Let me just get in focus here.
Dear God, it's an iceberg! Hello? There's an iceberg right in our path.
Who is this? I told you to stop calling his number.
So, finally, the iceberg hits. General mayhem ensues, and all the characters scramble to reach the boat's exit. Yeah, buddy, save that energy. Don't want to expend it before you get rowing. Ay-yi-yi. What a shit show. What horror I witnessed that day. Surely, I will never forget it as long as I live. Wow, I can't believe it. This movie's finally drawing to a close. So William, the love interest, breaks a window with a wicker chair somehow and escapes the ship. All the while, Angelica seems unaffected by his suspected untimely death.
Do you still have a picture in the locket?
Yes. Ever since my mother put it around my neck as a baby.
And then left you because she was forced to.
No, please, no.
Yes.
So yes, all along, this woman was Angelica's mother. Hooray! She's been found! Told her dad she said she'd find.
My father too. I'll find them both.
Ah, he's dead. Or missing. Or worse, dead and missing. But hey, at least she found her mom.
Look, over there. It looks like someone in the water.
Oh my god. There he is. Just
Oh, jeez. Of course, I want to fix something. after I went through all the trouble of making that, like...
Stop, William. Throw him back. Are you serious? It's the detective with the red hair and mismatched beard from earlier? So the literal only reason for that character existing was for this one gag at the end of the film, the bait and switch. I bet the writers really patted themselves on the back for this one.
Hang on.
It's William.
Then, in a joyous twist of fate, William is recovered.
Darling, it's me. Where's William?
Look at that.
Where's William? What do you have, the brain of a baby? You don't got object permanence yet? The moment he's out of sight, he's gone from your reality.
Please,
Please, what?
open your eyes.
Oh, okay. No, never mind. Close them. Throw me back. And on that day, they lived happily ever after. But just them. It was honestly pretty terrible for just about everyone else. Most of them perished, but at least the Mexican funny mice lived.
Wait a minute, where are you going? The movie isn't over yet.
What? No, come on.
Don't you want to know what happened to everybody? We're sitting really pretty. There's not...
No, you can't be serious. There's a Where Are They Now segment? I'll tell you where they are now, at the bottom of the fucking ocean. Are you crazy? But this isn't even the only Italian animated Titanic film that features talking mice. The other being called The Legend of the Titanic. The Legend of the Titanic. Did Italy just miss the news that day? Was that the day the world's biggest meatball was made and the Titanic sinking was a footnote right at the bottom?
But I don't know, even when, like, you know, thinking about conventions again, even when I went with people in the past, I don't know, I just kind of, just, like, went off on my own.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like what I do here, consider supporting my awesome sponsor, Harry's Razors. Now, these guys make wonderful high-end razors that leave you feeling like the fresh man or woman that you... I'm not judging, you know. If you use my special coupon code, JOHNTRON, at checkout, you'll get $5 off your first purchase. That's a nice code. That means you can snag their starter set for just $10. That's the razor, 3 blades, and your choice of gel or cream. God bless America. And hey, we got some new shirts over at Yeti.com, just in case you wanted some of those. Please tell me you want some.
But I think that was because I went with a group of people that very clearly was, like, an existing friend group. And I was just kind of like a weird outsider.
Yeah, hi. I'm calling about the Thanksgiving turkey I ordered this season. Well, the first of many problems is it doesn't
I haven't talked to that guy. I talked to him like a little bit recently. But I don't know. I've never been good at making friends. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I either always do something to screw it up, or I never really, like, get fully into it. And I don't know if I'm just, like, adverse to it, or, like, I don't know. I guess I'll save that for my therapist then.
Dine with me, you found horse friend. Oh, what? You don't like it? Huh? Come on, they are starving. Eat wine out there this Thanksgiving. You should know better, really.
I don't know.
I see Suru has not done free shipping again. Although, I don't know what I get from Suru. Right now.
Maybe Thanksgiving is a little gruesome after all. I think we need something to wash over these hard facts of life with. You know, like a big old clown. What slaughterhouses? Look at the clown. Look at the hamburglar. He stole the chicken nuggets. It always comes back to entertainment. Since the dawn of time, companies have been trying to guy coming up with your ideas? He looks like he owns slaves. So that's why when video games hit the scene in the early 80s, companies were all over it, just shelling out money indiscriminately to plaster their mugs all over the place, wherever they could. Oh my god, so greedy, so soulless. It stands to taint the holiday. But really, come on. Thanksgiving is about being thankful and grateful for all the wonderful amenities we have in the U.S. of A. And at the end of the day, what's more American than food, entertainment, and commercialism? All rolled right into one tight package. It's beautiful. One of the earliest examples of advertising in games is Burger King's very own Whopper chase for C64. That's right, a full 19 years before the King creeped out the world by storm. Strangely, this game is Spain only. It was also programmed by Jesus. Many a long workday was had by Jesus. You can hear him typing away in his Nazareth mud hut. It stars you.
Well,
Whopper, shooting your leftover mayonnaise.
I think I just heard lightning.
That I can only assume want to take a bite.
Either that or I heard some kind of engine revving.
Why is the chef an enemy here? A little late, dude.
I'm gonna take a quick break and I'm gonna go look outside. I'll be right back. I'll put you guys on hold. Okay, it's not that bad. Although I do hear some herbling and burbling. So you might pick that up in the background. So at this point, I'm kind of just fucking around.
What reason would they have to attack me? There's not much to this game, and it certainly doesn't make me want to buy a Whopper. Nice try, guys, but I'm not that easily fooled. Some companies even tried to package the game with the product. Probably the most famous example being Chex Quest, a Doom clone involving green goo and a television remote control. Good job on this one, guys. Okay, but let's cut the crap and be honest. We're all really here for the 53 hours of America Online.
Let me find those cloud brushes.
And of course, you can't forget the second greatest cereal hit, Cap'n Crunch's Crunchling Adventure. I don't know about this guy, Cap'n Crunch. He doesn't strike me as being a very responsible person, putting grody-ass CDs in children's cereal. And come on, this guy's always bursting through walls and shit. Who's gonna pay for that? What are you the captain of? What's your rank? Captain, be careful, you're gonna hit somebody.
It's a disguise.
Hi! Before we get started, you need to choose the crunchling you will raise and train.
Yes, Captain. Which one of these mighty strong slave creatures should I purchase with my sack of crunch shekels? Which one will scream the least when I bite his succulent head?
On the next screen, you'll give your crunchling a name.
Want me to name it? Well, I don't want to get too attached to the poor thing. Just put his name as non-applicable. Blast him with some colored piss and we'll be on our way.
You're gonna raise the best crunchling athlete ever. Crunchlings need lots of praise, as well as plenty of Cap'n Crunch cereal.
Yeah, lots of Cap'n Crunch to keep their bones from developing. You wouldn't want them to be, too quick and nimble so they can escape this little dungeon you keep them in. Okay.
Oh, man.
What do I pull on this? That's all you do? You just feed him Cap'n Crunch that falls from the ceiling when you pull a lever?
I know cloud perspective is like its a whole own thing that I haven't properly studied.
This game is really weird. You're just the caretaker of this crunchling monster. It's got a food and happiness meter, which you can raise by feeding it one of 3 types of Cap'n Crunch cereal. And tickling it? I'm not sure what the end goal is here. I assume to train it for a gladiatorial crunchling event where it will attempt to bathe in the blood of its rivals, as seen here by the 3 training stats of speed, jumping, and strength. In the first minigame, you throw rocks at other rocks while a dinosaur in the background perpetually forgets why it's standing there. Wow, this is a lot of hard work. I wonder how much training we got out of that. Hold on, let me just see here. Let's just get a little closer. That's all the progress I made? That tiny Tim of a goddamn tick walking around on crutches and shit about to expire in early death for polio? How many times am I expected to play that minigame to level the stat up? You'd better win a lifetime supply of Cap'n Crunch for beating this.
Anything can happen in this crazy place, but it always happens backwards. You're going to race against this turtle on your skateboard.
Talk of madness, it's this! Wow, truly crazy place. Also crazy, it even has a roller coaster in the background. This game is complete bullshit. You're supposed to beat the turtle, but he's just like the most immaculate racer of all time. If you hit anything, even one thing, you can't recover. So what, I mess up once, the turtle's fucking gone? He's just out of there. What can I say? The captain, he expects perfection. That's nice, Captain. But oh, that time you fucked up and your cereal was just all berries? Huh? I still bought that shit. I didn't criticize you for it. You even gave it a sarcastic name. How soon we forget? Also, for some reason, there's a Gatorade ad inside this ad. Very effective. But not all companies were so sneaky about this. Some tried to sell you their own advertising outright. Take, for example, Yoshinoya for PS2. Is this a video game or their restaurant's smallest branch? Yes, I'd like 1 beef bowl and a small Coke, please. I would have ordered large, but I am to believe you do not carry that size here. It's a Japan-only game, and the goal is to play as a minimum wage worker at a Yoshinoya beef bowl branch. Really? Couldn't I have at least been the boss? How is this even supposed to make me want to buy more Yoshinoya? The game's not even free, you have to buy it. Mash square to pay off your student loans. Now those are all great, but I'm sure what all you want to see is how a true titan of a company would market their game. And you will not be disappointed.
Man, I cannot find the fucking Blue Archive like title screen at all. Like what that app shows is it's like loading or whatever. The only thing I can find is the fucking gacha menu that they all had. You know, every gacha game has a menu like that.
Okay, first level, Ronald's Clubhouse. The Clubhouse. Might want to work on that name. This one is a direct ripoff of the Mario world in terms of its assets and structure, but not so much the gameplay itself. It's pretty weird considering this was a high-profile commercial production. Okay, beat that one. Got that one. Got that one. And we're good. Moving on. Huh. What's going on? I can't seem to move on to the next world. Is this all there is? Oh, that's right. I gotta get Ronald's dirty cards to advance. But I can't find them. Shouldn't they be easier to find, given that this is the first level? What about this one up here? I don't know how I'm supposed to get it. Am I supposed to throw a block at it? No, that didn't do it. Huh, maybe if I stack this block here and... Okay, I'll go get another one. Bring it back. Oh, okay. The other one's gone. Whatever, this game sucks. Whoa! What is that about? I touched one benign thing in the level and sends me all the way back? I could have gone out and bought another game in the time it took that to transpire. Then we have Mick and Mac Global Gladiator for the Sega Genesis. Other than the random golden arches pasted everywhere, I'm not really sure about the relation to McDonald's on this one.
Are you ready? Yeah.
What? That's a hell of a soundtrack to start us off. So, as always, the scene is set at the local McDonald's branch. Two kids, who I'm assuming are Mick and Mac, respectively, are seated at the table reading about what they call global gladiators, who apparently they want to become. Yeah, being a gladiator would be a blast.
Are you ready?
I'm not sure, actually. I feel like you're putting words in my mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, so you admit it. Hey, guys, if you're looking for a blast, how about this? What have you done? They were but children. You're gonna throw these kids into a gladiator world because what, they were thinking about it? Every kid says he wants to be an astronaut. What are you gonna do? Throw him into space? You know, I could have bought 10 of these, Ronald, but I only went with 4 because I'm not supporting your reckless habits. It turns out I bought them. But my point is, you're a real monster. I don't agree with your ethics. Like I said, the only McDonald's branding on the whole thing is just the M in the corner. McDonald's corporate must have just really liked this game. Also, the game is very enthused to be paused. What a sound effect. The gameplay on this is actually way cooler than you'd expect. If you took the McDonald's branding off it, you'd have a legitimate game here. Okay, another one from Genesis. What am I even looking at here? McDonald's Treasureland Adventure. Weird. That's some bad shit fruity shit there. I wasn't even aware Ronald McDonald had magic. This is official? It looks like a ROM hack. Ugh, it's so wrong. Hey, maybe you could have saved up some of that fairy dust to help cure all the early onset type 2 diabetes you helped create. Yes, eat McDonald. Am real human. Am not faceless robot corporation. Am have real feelings too. Okay, one last McDonald's game to show you. Donald, no magical world for Game Gear. Ronald is always cheerful and happy. Oh, is that what that emotion is? But a strange incident happened one day. It all started when Grimace found a strange-looking box. I'm surprised Grimace got out of bed this day. He's looking pretty checked out. When did you find that box, asks Ronald. The deadness on his eyes, piercing Grimace's heart. It's going to explode, isn't it? First off, Grimace, you've been late there. Now get out of my face! You're inviting me to enjoy the magical world? But what if I don't want to? Can you find the exit? Have a nice trip! What are you, Jigsaw? There's not even for sure an exit in there? Yeah, good luck finding your way out. Hope there's not too much broken glass in there. What's with this trend of McDonald's games and people being thrown into magical worlds against their will? It's sadistic. Perhaps it's an allegory for our own lack of ability to resist the tasty confections of our fast food overlords. Our biological drive to end
Man, they were really they were really using Zach Hadel for all he's worth around this time, huh? Grimble lives another day. Oh no, John, no, they're evil. Don't, no. Wow. No, John, they're evil. They don't pay their translators, and they don't actually support the anime industry. It just goes all into their pocket, because all they do is just pay a licensing fee. Also, I cannot imagine a world where JonTron actually watched Iron-Blooded Orphans. Man. Camoket is coming up, huh? This weekend. Another Camoket come and gone. And I will have never have been. I don't know if I like her having black hair. That is true. I think Bunimals will have a booth there. Sakura Gear is definitely going to have a booth there. But yeah, I've been seeing pre-order links go up for shit. I've been seeing people posting there, this is what we'll have at the event. And I gotta be honest, there's a couple things I want, but I don't know, I just don't feel super compelled to a lot of it. Rikosei is doing a doujin that is surprisingly, you know, he's always had his ship shippable outside of Japan. But this time he did not. He did not. Overseas shipping not available, and the reservation is closed, meaning that it will never, ever happen. Just kidding. I got a pre-order in. Let's fucking go.
I started off in Brooklyn. My father gave me a small loan of $1 million. I came into Manhattan.
Oh, God. This is the alternate universe where Trump wins, isn't it?
Oh, God. No, John, no. You can't make that joke anymore. He's already talking about a third term. But yeah, it seems like, you know, oddly enough, there's an Arurara doujin that I kind of want. I'm sure that will have a plenty left over, though. He did one on his bunny girl. That's like a chubby, like bookworm type character. You know, again, I do think a lot of his shit is hit or miss. I don't know. Sometimes he does good, and other times it looks weird, and it's baffling to me. I think the thing is, I just don't, you know, in the same way that I don't really like a lot of Western artists trying to do Japan stuff and just kind of sucking at it. I kind of get that same feeling from him doing, like, trying to do more Western furry. I just, it's this really uncanny in between. That even though it's like giga high quality, like, I'm not going to pretend like he's not a fucking amazing artist. Like, he is very, very good. Very, very much better than me. Like, I'm not going to, like, sit around and be like, oh, I could do it better. I couldn't. He's a lot better at me as an artist, but I don't know, like... I will say one thing that I wish I was better at, that I think he does really good at, is his art is a lot less stiff. The fuck? Oh no! It's Ethan Klein. Am I stupid? What the fuck? Why is my... What the fuck? Why is it... Am I stupid? Why is my... Oh, shrink selection. Whoops, I'm on the wrong lasso. But his art is definitely a lot more lively than mine. It's definitely a lot less fluid. Or my art is kind of stiff. Like, I'm looking at this and it is kind of just like whatever. Like, it's not great. Oh, I hear it. I hear the herbalin'.
platformer from this era. I mean, it's not great, but I don't see why it was cancelable. I mean, they already spent all the money on making it. There's dead ends on practically every level, which is really annoying. But the bosses are pretty cool, I guess. I mean, but cool's subjective, really.
God has forsaken us.
Okay, that was the last boss. I put him out of his misery. I don't know if all this was worth it, guys. Congratulations. Ooh, okay. You beat the game and it says congratulations.
I'm so bad at... Oh, God, I'm doing it again. I'm sorry.
It's just Space Invaders, but for Pepsi? Oh, but wait a second.
Very bad at black hair.
So who's this game supposed to advertise?
Highlights.
Coke or Pepsi? Oh, wait a sec. Coke wins? But this is before the game even starts. I didn't do anything. This is irrelevant to the matter at hand. This is just a statement. Oh, I see. So you're shooting Pepsi as Coke. You're destroying them. Very subtle, guys. After some research, I found out that unsurprisingly, this is an altered version of Space Invaders, but it was commissioned by Coca-Cola themselves for their 1983 sales convention. In some circles, the game is just referred to as Coke Wins. Probably a reference to that. Nice one, guys. Classy. I'm sure everyone was very impressed. Can you imagine them putting this up on a big screen at a convention? I mean, how insecure you gotta be? There were only about 125 copies made total. Nowadays, they can go up for $1,300 or more. Oh, here she comes! Wait, what? If you wait for the P to come down and kill you, it just never does. What can I say, guys? You have such a superior product that Pepsi can't even win when it wins!
Yeah, I win. Fuck you, Pepsi. Fuck your mother in your own bed.
Okay, Coke, we get it. You had your chance. Let's see how a tasteful company like Pepsi would market their product.
Oh, now we're getting into some deep shit. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Also, what? 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 What?
Believe it or not, what you just witnessed was not the confiscated home videotape of a serial killer's mad ramblings. It was an official cutscene from Pepsi's own official PlayStation 1 classic, Pepsi Man.
But yeah, I mean, like, even if I did get the chance to go to one of these, like, Dojin events, like, not even to buy, just to go. Or, not even to, like, sell, sorry. Like, what? I don't even know what the fuck I would do. Or if I could, like, even,
He speaks English, too. He's subtitled in Japanese. Look, I even found the exact corner he's on here in the city of Inglewood. Represent.
like, actually participate because of my lack of, knowing how to draw Japanese, or how to draw Japanese. I don't know how to draw Japanese.
But he's gay. I mean, he's gay, excuse me, he's blind.
Don't tell me. I want to keep that part of myself intact.
You're doing pretty good.
That doesn't mean much coming from you. In this world, everyone relies on Pepsi Man to solve their problems by restocking Pepsi machines. Yeah, okay, checks out.
I got a call that a vending machine ahead ran out of Pepsi, and I was just on my way there.
Oh my God, that's like real desperation in that man's voice. He sounds like his family's been taken hostage. Whoa! Okay, this is crazy. I can't believe I've never heard of this. You run through the streets and even people's homes while collecting Pepsi cans and dodging Pepsi trucks and other obstacles. The comedic timing here is great. It's very Japanese. I don't know though, there's just something unsettling about this. It's got a Truman Show thing going on. There's no music, and everything in this world is Pepsi. They live, they die. Pepsi. Pepsi is the currency, but Pepsi is also the enemy. Pepsi stops us, but it keeps us going too. Pepsi is the hero and the villain, the good and the bad, the yin and the yang. One thing cannot be wholly good, wholly evil. That would be naive and unrealistic to assume. Yes, even our corporate titans have a crack in their facade. Well, their logo, it makes so much sense now. The blue represents the Pepsi, and the red represents the Pepsi. And the white represents an intricate inside job carried out by reptilians. Pepsi hung on a cross. He died for your sins. He was then jabbed in the side with a spear by the Romans. And a miracle. What came out was Pepsi. And the Roman soldier, he drank from the Pepsi and he said, well, objectively, I just prefer Coke. And then, 3 days later, the Pepsi was flat. Grimbo, bring me a cold one. Oh no, Grimbo. Grimbo drink too much. Oh, oh no, Grimbo.
Pour one out for fucking Grimbo. I wonder if that's actually Zach Hadel, or if they just ADR'd his voice over a person they got to act.
Hey, anyone home? We noticed that the tracking ship in your last Macaulay Culkin headband broke, so we brought you your emergency replacement. Oh wow, what happened here?
Sorry. I mean, I was playing these video games based on food, and I guess things got a little carried away.
Oh my god. I see now. I finally get it. It's all clear.
God, this guy just reminds me of the IT guy at my work. He's got the really thick Eastern European accent.
That video games cause everything that's wrong in the world. Like obesity, real-life violence, and misogyny.
That makes perfect sense. I see now. I think it's hilarious.
God bless the U.S. media.
Hmm.
How to make a YouTube video, or just a video in general, really. Well, it just so happens my sponsor for this episode, lynda.com, has all the answers.
Oh God, Lynda.com. May you rest in peace. That's how I learned After Effects. And less than half of it stuck. Basically, I can go and follow a tutorial. That's how much I know.
Learning how to run or start a business, learning a new technology, or just learning how to do this. But if you go to lynda.com/JohnTron, you can get a 10-day free trial, no strings attached.
You know, I gotta say, I think AVGN aged a lot better than a lot of JonTron.
Those are the inhabitants of the Apple planet. Those are the Apple people, sir. Oh, that's why they were screaming.
We've been through a lot together on this intergalactic journey through the games of yesterlight here, and we've seen a lot too. But the fact remains, there are just too many Star Wars games out there to cover in a timely fashion. Why don't we take a few quick looks at some of the more interesting and notable games out there that may have been unassuming at first glance. If you remember, early on I covered Star Wars X-Wing, but did you know they also made a spiritual successor to that game? They didn't go in the direction you may have expected though. This is Star Wars TIE Fighter. For the first time, you got to play as the bad guy. That's badass, dude. I want to embrace my inner dark side. I want to look, feel the part. I want to go all the way. No, okay, this didn't work. I'm gonna take this off now. It's kind of like Flags of Our Fathers and Letters from Iwo Jima. If you played both X-Wing and TIE Fighter, you got to see both sides of the story. Combat and gameplay are pretty much the same as last time. The biggest difference is that everything is Empire themed. Art and music this time around were pretty extraordinary too. Definitely felt like you were part of the Empire.
I have come with an offer for the rebellion.
We have little reason to trust you, Admiral Harkov.
Yes, especially because you've chosen to show up to today's meeting dressed as Count Dracula. Hey, come on, man. Pay attention over here. This is a very serious meeting. You're getting a little too snuggly in your snuggie over there. What kind of fashion sense is this, anyways? What's coming back next? The Anakin Skywalker bowl haircut?
A boy can dream. Let us show you the improvements we've made to the TIE Advance.
Yes, it does appear they can still bomb things sitting still. Most impressive.
Admiral Thrawn, I am promoting you Grand Admiral for your obedient service to the Empire.
Do you know how hard it was to line up this meeting with a dark thunderstorm? I've been going to weather.com every day for like 2 weeks. I think the site gave me malware. Next up, Star Wars Behind the Magic, an interactive CD-ROM that was developed to be an in-depth look behind the scenes of the original trilogy. It's got glossaries galore. For example, here's a page on weapons from the Star Wars universe. Weapons tests, huh? What's going on in there? Oh, hello, Mr. Stormtrooper. You're looking conspicuously in the center of attention. Oh, what are these? Ewok rock? Yeah, that's my favorite genre, too. Oh, ow, ow! I thought it was just gonna be an enjoyable concert with furry midgets! Holy crap! Wow, what educational value. Well, they have a good point, you know. I mean, how else would you know if your weapons were functional? Hey, don't worry, dude. I just want to make sure everything's working correctly.
Star Ray. Oh my god, that's a bit overkill, isn't it? Oh, come on! What a cop-out. They made me sit here and watch this poor man's quiet desperation. I'm watching him pray his final thoughts. They wouldn't even give him a payload. Listen, I just wanted to see the guy blow up, okay? I'm not the crazy one. I just want to see his legs come off and his eyes come off.
Let's crack open this Manga Time Kirara, this new one, for how we're gonna do eyes. I definitely have not been doing myself a very good favor in terms of how fast I'm going through this. But that's just happens when what happens when you're self-taught. You second guess yourself.
Pretty much what you'd expect from a game like this, except it's Star Wars, which makes it automatically better. I honestly wouldn't complain if they remade this for current times. It would work, but let's not beat around the bush, okay? We all know why we're here. It's to watch Boba Fett's little baby legs dangle around while you play the game. Here and there, to and fro. Boba's legs will surely go. Also, there's a Gungan chessboard level where there's just a bunch of Jar Jar Binks heads on giant stones.
Here we go.
It's a bit of a Easter Island for your greatest Gunga fan, all right? You know who he is. Stand up. Don't stand up. Sit back down. And now, the one you've all been waiting for. Star Wars, Masters of the what's in a name, huh? This is one of the most universally panned Star Wars games in the universe. Ours and theirs, although I suppose they're technically the same. Don't worry about it. Personally, I don't get the hate behind this one. I think it's pretty awesome. Any game in which you can make Luke Skywalker, not figuratively, but literally fight himself, is a game that's okay by me. There's a decent spread of characters, but it seems that some are more overpowered than others. These guys really must have partaken in some true resistance training to eat that many lightsabers to the face. Seems to follow similar rules to Tekken or something, so the lightsaber functions closer to a wiffle ball bat than a laser sword. That's probably part of the reason this game is so poorly received. Is that really a fair fight? Come on, Han, didn't Chewie ever tell you not to bring a fist to a sword fight? You dumbass.
Relax, no problem. Darth Vader versus Thor.
Whoa, okay, well, just make sure you use protection then. While we're at it, how about a look at some of the more old-fashioned merchandise? This is what's known as the Millennium Falcon playset, a thing that literally only a crazy person would want. To use this thing, you basically just strap it onto your keyboard and rock Chewbacca and Han Solo back and forth like you're trying to jerk off a badger. When you push down on one of the characters, it pushes all the way through the device and hits a key on your keyboard. So essentially, it's just a very complicated way to push buttons on your keyboard. As for the software it comes with, if you could call it that, it's just like a Dragon's Lair type thing that uses footage from the real movies. Very compelling.
Inventory item retrieved.
But what about, regular old merch, not bundled with software? What do they call that again? Oh yeah, toys. Fancy yourself George Lucas as good guy. How about George Lucas as bad guy? George Lucas as family. All hate, all fight. It's George Lucas's actual family as Star Wars characters. You can't make that up. There are some things in life that aren't meant to be questioned, just absorbed, admired, savored, and cherished. This is one of those things. You know you can't hold back your true feelings for me. But what about all you aspiring Jedi out there? What can you use to hone your skills? Well, the Star Wars Force Trainer, of course. Except you can't, because it doesn't work. Ever. But it does make you look like a total jack-off, so at least that's 1 point out of 10. What's this I've got here? The Death Star, right? Obvious. But what if I told you it's actually Darth Vader in hiding? Impossible, you say? Oh, but how wrong you are! I think he must have seen Lady Gaga on TV and just decided to go for it. Han and Chewie to the rescue! Watch it all. Be amazed as Han Solo transforms into a slice of pizza. And Chewie transforms into a pita bread sandwich. What? Oh, you gotta snap them together. There you go. Millennium Falcon. There it is. And so, here we are.
Oh boy.
There is to see. I guess we're done, right? You didn't think I'd forget, did you? We've been spending a lot of time looking at the worst and weirdest, but I'll never forget the times I had with some of the greatest Star Wars games. Games I ever played. Things like Star Wars Battlefront, Knights of the Old Republic, Rogue Squadron, and even Lego Star Wars. But that's what we all love about the brand, isn't it? That's why I was able to sit here and endlessly talk on and on about this magical franchise. At the end of the day, Star Wars is an open book. There's so much fun to be had in the universe, and so many depths to plunge. The ride doesn't end with Episode 6. It lives on and on, spread across the universe in the hearts of men.
And then, he had some Disney shit in there. I remember Disney kind of like basically said, "Hey, all the books are aren't real." When they took over, they basically retconned all of the extended universe books.
This tune, of course. This was played beside some of the most memorable of scenes. This game is weird and old. Never a good combo. To control C-3PO, you have to actually move your cursor manually over to one of the panels on the bottom of the screen and then hit your action button. So you can't just go right and shoot one of your yellow diamonds to dispose of enemies. You have to select the move button, get in place, stop, select the shoot button, and...
Oh my god, they had the fucking, like, racism allegation statement in this playlist. Wow. It does sound very herbally burbly out there.
Whoa, good thing C-3PO's all ripe and oiled up, huh? He bent his head down a whole 2 inches. This move comes in very handy on the Jerusalem level where C-3PO has to bow to the Western Wall. After you grind through these enemies, and I do mean grind, you get to these weird computer things near a door. I don't understand how anything in this game works. What is this, the robot TSA? Is he about to feel my junk and make sure I don't take any thermal detonators aboard the starship? I see how it is. So you're gonna profile me because I'm a droid, huh? Because I'm bright and shiny yellow? Days before the Death Star exploded, they even used to have a lightsaber section.
Oh my god, he got Keith Apicary to do this shit with him.
C-3PO and R2 just stay in the center of the screen the whole time and move with the 2 frames they were graced with. I'm done, 3PO. I can't even do this for you. This box art looks familiar, though. Where have I seen it before?
Oops.
Oh no, Master John, you mustn't ask.
What do you mean? Where's it from?
It's been buried. My capacitors go faint, even to think of it. There's only one man left in the galaxy that knows its whereabouts. I'm talking, of course, about the most dreadful piece of Star Wars content in the entire galaxy.
Okay, have you seen some of the stuff I've been sitting here playing? I'll believe that when I see it with my own eyes.
It's not an interactive piece of software, Master John. It's much, much worse.
The Star Wars Holiday Special was a made-for-TV event that aired in 1978, 1 year after the release of A New Hope. It's notorious for being incredibly hard to find, and that's not by accident. George Lucas, the big man himself, is known to have been very unhappy with this production, going so far as to actually say, if I had the time and a sledgehammer, I would track down every copy of that show and smash it. Since it aired, it's never been rebroadcast or released on home video. If a TV special airs and no one's there to record it, did it ever happen at all? Even Harrison Ford seems to have no recollection of making this.
Do you remember making this Christmas special? I think it was 1978. Now you don't remember it?
The plot thickens. How could this be bad, anyways? Look at the cast. Mark Hamill, Harrison himself, Carrie Fisher, the original C-3PO, Chewbacca, R2, and James Earl Jones. Man, they got everyone. I mean, how have I not seen this? It sounds amazing. No, that's it. I am getting to the bottom of this.
Well,
that so hard? All right, but don't show it to anyone, okay? I'm very proud of this. Be very careful with this. I can't have this leaking on the internet. John, you love me like I love you.
How can I love? What is it, human? This is even more dangerous than that time I tried to watch Dunstan checks in on Laserdisc. That monkey was not really cooperating. All right, let's be careful with this. Oh boy, here we go. Huh. Well, an okay start, I'd say. The first few seconds literally start off with a dogfight in the Millennium Falcon. You can't go wrong there.
That's it, I'm turning back.
Here we meet Han and Chewie, who are trying to get home from war for the Star Wars equivalent of Christmas. Or any winter-timed holiday, really. They call it Life Day.
That's the spirit. You'll be celebrating Life Day before you know it.
I don't know if a holiday celebration is what would be on my mind if my space vessel were about to be obliterated.
The Star Wars Holiday Special with Anthony Daniels as Caesar.
Oh.
Oh, that's nice. They're actually giving the real names of all the people inside the costumes.
Peter Mayhew as Chewbacca.
It's nice to see them get credit for such an overall thankless job.
R2-D2 as R2-D2.
Oh, that's real nice. Give the guy in an air-conditioned monkey suit credit, but the poor underpaid dwarf who's got to roast in a tin can all day, screw him. So after the beginning credits roll, we go to Chewbacca's tree mansion? What? Chewbacca's like a rogue, dirty space animal, yet he lives in this nice house that looks straight off the set of a 1975 episode of The Price is Right? The film explains that this is actually Chewbacca's family, who are all waiting for him to get back from war. I'm really glad they tackled this aspect of it.
Okay, yeah.
During the action scenes in the first movie was, how's Chewbacca's kid doing? Is he getting good grades? Is he getting beat up in school? What are his interests? Yeah? We're already there then? I guess I'm gonna need the heavy-duty shit for this one. The house is too immaculate. Chewbacca's supposed to live in a cave or something. They gotta must need a real strong vacuum to get all the fur out of the rug. Also, the place looks expensive as shit. This is the Star Wars equivalent of living in a penthouse on Central Park West. Where'd Chewie get the money for this? Charging for autographs after the war? Something is very wrong here.
All right, well, I think that's a good one to that's good to leave off for this part. I'm going to have to
Is this gonna be these guys grunting at each other like cavemen for 2 hours? You know, I'm probably just being too cynical. I'm sure this is just one of the many brief vignettes in this vast universe, just getting a feel, you know? World building. They don't even seem to like each other. They look like they're just constantly making passive-aggressive jabs.
That's it, I'm turning back.
Oh, they left this in? Well, this is where the movie gets a little dark. Well, this isn't scripted. This is the actor actually attempting to kill himself after he realized what he took part in. Don't do it! It's not worth it! There's at least 2 good movies after this that you could do! Wait, what? That's just actually how the film cuts together there. It just comes right back to them grunting. What was the point of that entire last part where the kid was meditating on the meaning of life? Maybe you're thinking, oh, okay, that'll come in later, that'll eventually be relevant, but it never comes back. It just comes and goes, like that, in an instant, before your very eyes. Even Grandpa's confused, and I'm pretty sure he got a copy of the script. Oh, is that what's, you know, on the bill for today then? All right, yeah, that's that's normal. You said it.
Hello, Mala.
Oh, look, it's Luke. Finally, a familiar face. We can get away from this Wookiee-themed Everyone Loves Raymond.
Not now, R2.
Yeah, this is very important. Shut up, literal slave wage tin can boy. We won't even credit. I don't know what it is, but Luke doesn't seem like himself here.
Chewbacca? Yeah, we'll bring him to the screen. I want to say hello to him. Oh, he's not there yet. Is that it? Well, all I can tell you is that he and Han left here on schedule.
Jesus.
Now they're way overdue. God forbid he's in a vat of acid somewhere in the Mojave Desert. You seem a tad too confident in that little assumption.
Come on, Ma, let's see a little smile.
Come on, do what the fuck? The fuck is that shit you're doing? Stop it, it's disgusting. And he was never seen again until in 1996 when he resurfaced under a different name in Phoenix, Arizona. The end. Happy Life Day. Well, good thing we solved nothing here. It appears the story in this special keeps itself moving forwards through this 1970s wood-paneled computer the Wookiees have. Just randomly, the kid Wookiee, who goes by Lumpy, very fitting, will log on to the computer and a new scene will start. This particular scene takes place at the business of an average galactic citizen as an Imperial trooper stops by to browse.
Suppose you want to see my identification?
She did it all by herself. In fact, you might say she did it by hand. Solo.
Get off the stage!
Besides shaving and hair trimming, it's guaranteed to lift stains off clothing, faces, and hands.
I'll take it.
Good, I thought you would. Now, would you like to pay me something for it, or give me something in trade?
Come on, we can get it done behind the counter faster than you can say Yummy Yoda 3 times.
I said
That's a load off my mind. I thought I might embarrass you, but I told you to accept it as a gift.
Just take no for an answer, you creep.
You don't like embarrassing people. I don't like being embarrassed myself. That's why I go.
Oh, yeah? Did someone forget to turn off the camera? This guy's just, well, he keeps on going. Then, just as soon as that scene ends, we cut to Vader, who menacingly says that he will search every house in the galaxy to find Han and Chewie. Tonal differences much? And just as soon as that happens, we cut immediately back to Chewbacca's family and find the mother watching a cooking show. Oh my god. Actually, though, just like everything in this special, it goes on for at least 10 minutes too long.
I'm going to be using the tenderest cut of the bantha, the loin.
Sci-fi thrills! Is a kitchen the best place for a Wookiee anyways? You'd be spending as much time picking hairs out of your food as you would eating it. Well, you'd need a hairnet for your whole dang body, Mama Wookiee. Where are you gonna get that? Target don't sell that. This is the furthest thing from Star Wars that could ever exist. It's baffling. Everything people liked about the original films is absent here. The action, the characters, the story, the grittiness, anything besides this.
Very nice.
No, I get it. After seeing the reception of the original trilogy, I can see how they would realize it needed more Chewbacca's wife cooking. It's a natural progression.
That brush of that proton pack. Is this all a big hello I get?
On second thought, no hello was much better. In the next chapter of our saga, the old man from earlier comes over for undisclosed reasons to set some stuff up for the Wookiee family. They should have just been honest and called this the Chewbacca Family Special because that's what it is.
I thought you might like this. One of those, it's a real, I don't know how to explain it. It's a,
Go on. I'll wait.
wow. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, I don't know what you mean by that, but from the way you said it, it sounds like you gave their grandpa porn. I really don't want to believe you gave their grandpa porn.
I am your fantasy.
You gave the man porn? His family is like right in the other room. You come into the man's house on fucking Christmas.
Okay.
He set up interspecies VR porn in his living room. Is this real? Is this a waking nightmare? This got through? No one thought this was a bad idea?
Wow. Happy Life Day.
Don't worry, it's not over yet though. The next scene is Princess Leia and C-3PO doing their taxes. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. And then, back at the house, they're found by stormtroopers. You know, somehow the tension just doesn't translate right when it's filmed in the style of Family Matters. Also, the old guy in this scene becomes Rodney Dangerfield for like 5 entire minutes.
I never leave the shop without my identification. It's very important. Just in times like this. I just found my identification. The picture you're looking at right now was taken quite a few years ago. That's one of me. I've gained quite a bit of weight since then.
If you weren't so relaxed right now, I think you might be up to something.
Mallow, you're coming to chase that hot man.
Yeah, see? No guilty man would say that. Oh man, this is getting real tense. Chewie's family is on the verge of getting found out. What? What's happening? In case starship is awesome. It's just so jarring that it's even in here at all. I always knew these guys were ahead of their time. Like, way ahead. The trooper is just sitting there genuinely enjoying it. It's funny to me. He's like, wow, starship rocks.
I know you'd like it. Your work here is finished.
And seriously, if I have to listen to you play We Built This City of the Star Destroyer one more time, you know, I don't even really know what's going on anymore, but in the spirit of random things happening all the time, now we're in a cartoon. As you can see in this timeline, Han didn't make it out of the trash compactor in time. As is usually the case in any film-related baffling travesty, it slowly becomes more and more of a fever dream over time. Like the writers just started to trip out or something.
It'll be easy to find the ship you seek.
Like randomly, while the stormtroopers are still in his house, Lumpy starts watching a tutorial video. We are watching a literal tutorial video with him. Yes, you have that right. It is an actual tutorial video for a fictional device being played on an action-oriented sci-fi holiday special. How? I think if you had the device Lumpy has, you could actually put it together by watching this. No joke. It goes on for 3.5 painstaking minutes.
Of the 10,000 terminals on your circuit breaker module is marked in a particular color.
Yeah, you thought I was joking, didn't you?
Like a rainbow.
Thought I was making it all up to be funny, huh?
Through the wires with the corresponding colors.
I wish I were making it up.
Red goes to red.
Yeah, okay, what's the next step, Daddy? Oh, I ain't got all day.
Now, watch me closely.
Oh, thank God, he's having a stroke. Well, come on, we're nearing the end at least. That'll be the last non sequitur, right?
Just one more round, friend.
Oh my God! Is that fucking me, Arthur? I can't do it. I can't make it. I can't watch any more of this. Of all the things I did not expect from this, which at this point is not much, The Arthur musical was pretty high up on that list. And don't worry, it's okay though, because at least she does this.
You stay just as long as you want. That's it. I'm turning back.
The Arthur's entire career was building up to this moment. I don't need to see his enjoyment of whatever's happening here. It's just too weird, dude. Oh, he's going in for more. What the hell? Why are they showing this? Oh, of course. That scene's over now. We're just back to the house. Nothing to see here, folks. We didn't just see a golden girl pouring moon juice into a volcano head. Oh, God, I'm serious. I can't stand it. It makes me sick. Oh, no. What are you going to do? Lumpy! Lumpy, get out of there! Oh, God! The tutorial was for nothing! Run, Lumpy! Run! He's going to grab you! Eventually, Han and Chewie do get back home, and they use some masterful tactics to disarm the stormtrooper. That was an unfortunate chain of events. Oh, come on, stop. Oh, God, knock it off. That's gross.
And may the force be with you.
All right, everyone. He said it. We can go home now.
You said.
Life itself ends. The Wookiees now begin their annual exodus into space. Nearly 1 in 3 Wookiees will survive this journey.
All of you are an important part of my life, pal. I'm glad I could be here.
Also, just curious, when am I getting paid?
Oh God, that's the one that, you know, we were talking about this on the other stream. I will say that is the one thing that John does a lot better than a lot of this class of YouTuber. Is he just he goes all in on the reaction shots.
you've seen it. The monster inside of me. Now you understand. You feel my pain. And now you're gonna help me.
Help you? Help you do what?
Help me destroy the only thing worse than the Star Wars holiday.
That's impossible. I've seen everything there is to see. What more do you want from me?
Aren't you forgetting something? Perhaps on purpose? Something deep down you don't want to remember?
It's impossible. They destroyed every last copy in the war. It was the only way the galaxy could be free.
If you don't believe me, take a look for yourself.
I don't know. I just didn't see it. They must have cloaked it for me with sick mind tricks.
It's almost complete. Why do you think you were here?
Because he wanted me to play poopy games for laughs and giggles. Just laughs and giggles.
Poor naive boy. It was just a distraction. The anger you felt all this time was extracted, funneled, and used to rebuild this. There are millions of people just like you all over the galaxy, feeding the Empire's evil wishes, one Microsoft point at a time.
Oh, I was wondering what these were for. Then why are you here? Why me? What's my part in this if there's millions of people involved? I'm nothing special. I'm just another cog in the cosmic machine.
Oh, that's where you'd be wrong, silly boy. Don't you
No, I'm just the guy with the YouTube channel.
You have something one of a kind that can stop this. It's in you, John.
This is some real channel awesome energy.
It's my way in time.
You're one crazy old man, Jordy, and also unexpectedly smelly. But I'm in.
Our project is almost complete, my lord. She shall be resurrected in no time.
Excellent.
If possible, how did you manage to get up here?
Let's just say I made a little connection back at home base.
So, now you see the true power of the dark side.
No, not quite. It's more of a situation where I crashed my ship into your ship, and now they're connected, and now I'm here. Payback time. I'm a firm believer that how you use it is the important step.
How can your skin possibly resist the damage of a Sith blade?
You can't.
Do it. Finish him.
No. Won't be like you.
I said do it.
And for what? Someone else will just make an even bigger Star Wars game. And truth be told, I don't even think the size plays into it. Is the disc still small? Did you make an equally large Xbox 360 to accommodate it? It all seems so impractical.
You dare defy the will of the Empire?
What do you want from me? Why do this?
Because I want to see people all around the galaxy do the funny Han Solo dance.
Oh God, no!
And I will be there to watch as every last person gets frustrated because the controls almost work but never quite do what they're supposed to do.
Impossible evil. What wretched part of the galaxy did you spawn from?
Los Angeles. And after this, you will go to my chambers, and I will watch you try to navigate the menus.
Bird aerial again.
Why'd you save me back there? You didn't have to. That doesn't make sense. I mean, Jacques only responds to people with a good heart.
Because, John, you're a friend. An old friend.
A friend?
Can't you feel it in your heart? You have something one of a kind.
Friend?
Take my
Damn, this was like a bit after the whole John left Game Grumps thing.
Any downsides?
Yeah, part of the ship came off, so some space leaks in every so often.
Anything else?
Raccoons. At least 5. I've seen 4, but there's people that say that there's like a spotted one that I haven't seen.
I don't get it. I mean, why go through all this? What was the point?
Just wanted to play a game with you. Like old times.
Well, you had my phone number. You could just call me.
You know me. I'm never one to take the easy way.
I was enslaved for 6 months. Is that funny? Is that was my real life? What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Get the thing out of it. Put it on the chair. Turned out all right.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty good.
Hey,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have to do a good July.
Yeah, it seems like we're all in a good place, huh? Yeah. Wow. John, I have something to tell you.
What is it, Aaron?
I'm a poo-poo, pee-pee, fart, diaper, baby, stinky, asshole, dirty brain.
Looks like you shouldn't have let me write your lines.
My dad is Adolf Hitler.
Yes, he is. And he will always be. Aaron!
What's up?
Well, you alright?
Yeah. Well, polio, but yeah, for now, I'm okay.
Okay. Let me ask you something. You want to do the dance for old time's sake?
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah!
It feels as if the balance has been restored to the galaxy, or at least to a very niche part of the internet. May the Force be with you. Not again.
Oh wow, Chris O'Neill worked on this.
Wow! What a year it was. So now that Starcade is wrapped, I'm going to be taking a small hiatus. I know I just came back to JonTron, but I need a little time to recuperate. It's been a long year. It's the holidays, and I'm just going to take a little break, take some time off, get reacquainted with what I want to do, and then I'll be back into making videos. And I actually do have some surprises for you in store next year. I'll be working on all that soon, but just excuse the brief break in videos. There might be a few in there, but the main stuff I'm going to be putting off for just a little bit, not too long. So before I take any sort of breaks, I'm going to be giving a little Q&A session here to answer any questions you may have had about the past, future, or present of my show or me. Any weird, dirty questions I know you're going to ask about me, I'm going to answer. I asked you guys to comment in the Reddit thread, and you did, and so now I'm going to read them and answer them. First question, ACFan120 asks, how was recording the ending to Starcade with Aaron, Ross, Holly, and everyone else? Yeah, that was actually really fun. I hadn't seen Aaron in a while, and so, you know, it was sort of just like a real reunion of sorts, and it turned out pretty good, I thought. We had a lot of fun. It was good. Vivi McMackey asks, will you be releasing any Starcade bloopers? Actually, I might. There's a lot of stuff that, like, if you watch the trailer, you'll see. There's just a lot of stuff. I might release, like, bloopers and lost episode kind of thing, but, yeah, there's
No, I was gonna make it Wild Words, but I think I'm gonna do Comic Sans just to piss people off.
Lost the Game asks, for the love of God, where is the hat? Okay, the hat? I don't know. I just stopped wearing the hat. You stopped wearing a hat once? Yeah, it's like that. Psychoduck from Canada asks, why isn't Jock in more videos? Is it because you don't want him to get overused, or is it true what they say about never work with animals? It's actually a little bit of both, because if you watch some of my older videos where I actually just did the show with Jock, he just always like chewing on my ear or my eye or face or something, and it's funny. It was really funny, but like that joke would get old, I think, if I just every episode had him chewing on my face. And also the robotic voice I use, I feel like doesn't have it's not the best comedian. It doesn't have very good comedic timing, so like I can't. It's very situational when I can use him. And yeah, also he's a bird, so he's absolutely untamable. You can only film with him for like a few seconds at a dead. He's not dead. He's in the videos. He's not dead. Popular Hat asks, to piggyback off this, did Jock die? See? That was the next question. I didn't even know it. He's trying to tell you right now. Jason from Georgia asks, what caused the production value of your show to go up so far? Also, are there any plans for anything like Starcade in 2016? Well, if you're talking about Starcade or JonTron, they're separate entities because Starcade I do with Maker Studios, and JonTron is just I independently fund it. So Starcade had a budget. JonTron.
Oh man, Maker Studios. That worked out for everybody involved.
Drew from Australia asks, John, what was your favorite skip film / watch from Starcade? That On Dance finale had me in stitches for at least 20 minutes. Well, first off, thank you. And second of all, honestly, I think that dance was my favorite thing because we wanted it to build. Well, I wanted to build up to that because that was like in the Star Wars Connect video. That was actually like one of my favorite old videos I made. Like when I made it specifically, I was really
Okay. So I got one more thing I gotta do, and then we gotta do a background real quick, and then I'm gonna wrap. I gotta fix the hands here too, so that the sandwich and stuff. But and then we can wrap. This probably was the most annoying page, I think, to think about in terms of how the fuck am I gonna do this? Aged like fine milk, yep. Aged like the top 2% reduced fat of a giant livestock BBW kimono girl. Fresh from the tap, raw milk. Ugh. That's something I've really wanted to try at some point. Is in order to make cheese, you need raw milk, and that's something that I've actually been very interested in trying at some point.
No, but that beautiful Japanese man owes me a letter. Fuck, I didn't ask. Will you be streaming more? I don't know. I don't really fancy myself a streamer. I do it every now and then for fun. Every time I do it, people want me to stream more, but I don't know how many people actually.
Okay, here's the.
I feel like if I don't know how I'd be entertaining day after day.
I don't know. I think we did okay with the blue archive. I mean, again, this is like half a. It's really small, so like. There's only so much detail you can get in these littler drawings. I think we did all right. And then the fucking manhwa. The fucking manhwa phone thing is great. I should put that in Korean. Do we know someone who speaks Korean? That would be really funny.
Said something on Twitter about how in the final scene of Starcade, you and Aaron were just ad-libbing for half an hour. Was there any other hilarious footage that didn't make the final cut? Yeah, like I previously mentioned, there's like a ton of footage in Starcade that didn't make the final cut because it was a mess. But the ad-libbing, yeah, there was a lot of ad-libbing, and there was some. I think you got the best takes. Like the raccoons line, I remember even being on set. I was like, we're gonna have to keep that one in. So that made it in. But yeah, there was like tons of like random stuff we said back and forth. Maybe one day I can just release it. And you can see all the, funny stuff. It's Repson asks, when is Rockington gonna come back? I legitimately lost that rock. Like I was surprised. That was like real in the video when I say, how do you lose a rock? I meant that. I seriously looked for that rock. I even looked for just like maybe if the face washed off in the rain or something. I still looked for the rock and I can't find it. Wolf911 asks, so what was the reason for changing to a higher production value style for the show? Do you think it may have detracted in any way? What camera are you shooting on right now? I wouldn't say there was any specific reason, other than I wanted to keep, making bigger, better things, and I just thought that was part of the equation there. I personally don't think it detracts from the show. I see what some people mean, like the older videos have like very like voyeuristic, like I put a camera in your bathroom, watch you taking a shit feel to it. But maybe that's a little too far. But I don't know. I don't think it detracts from it personally. Feel free to disagree with me, but I don't think so. We use different cameras for different shots, but most of the stuff was shot on a Blackmagic 4K cinema in the last few episodes of JonTron, and actually that's the same camera that we used to film Starcade War. Captain Zero Do asks, what got you inspired to make the JonTron show all those years ago?
Oh, bummer.
There weren't too many shows out there like it. We're doing,
Hey, I want to make fun of you in kind of like a racist way. Can you help me? I'm sure walking up to a Korean would go over real well.
But I use the Adobe Suite, After Effects, Photoshop, Premiere. Those are the three main programs I use. Chad Tronic, biggest fan, asks, what job/hobby would you have if you quit YouTube? It's hard to say, but I don't think I would have a different job. Well, because if I quit YouTube, I would just be probably doing entertainment in a different capacity for like, I would try to be doing it for television or something, or films. But, or even maybe theater. Although I don't think theater, because shit's hard. I think I would have probably stayed in entertainment. Daddy ain't good at much else. Menaton Smex asks, how hard was it to recreate all the memorable Star Wars sets for Starcade? And did you have any difficulties and restrictions when writing the scripts, filming episodes, etc.? As for the sets, we had professional set designers do that. Believe it or not, I didn't do it myself. We determined what sets in the script writing that we wanted, and we went ahead and tried to find the most efficient way to build those. The two biggest ones obviously being the Millennium Falcon, and I guess their hallway in the movies extends longer. Obviously they built it out much bigger in the films, but like it was just a section of the Millennium Falcon and the Emperor's Throne Room. I think that we built a pretty big set for them. Whose show is it? I made you a star. I can take you out of this world fast. As far as the restrictions in the script and stuff, there were some guidelines I had to follow, so that was kind of a challenge in itself. That's a whole different story for another day, though. So I'll probably go in depth on that at some other point.
He never did.
Day job other than YouTube. I only ask because other pro YouTubers put out multiple videos a day. I wouldn't think it would be possible to fully support yourself on YouTube otherwise. I'm always curious what YouTubers do other than YouTube. No, actually, this is my job. This is my full-time job. I think just my videos just take a while to make. I know I don't upload as frequently as other YouTubers, but the sponsorships that I get help the whole process. Ryan7074 asks, do you have any other plans for making content besides JonTron, like something that could be easier to make and uploaded more frequently? I think about this a lot because sometimes I feel like I kind of fall behind because like my videos come out so infrequently, and it sucks for me too. Like actually, Starcade, yeah, that show went through absolute production hell, and the plan originally was much different. It was supposed to come out one episode every week when it first launched, but I knew it wasn't going to work, so I had to go back and be like, you need to change this. It's not going to work, and that led to some. But yeah, basically, I did want to make more content that year, but like it just was so all-encompassing, and like JonTrons was supposed to come out underneath or like between Starcade.
Oh, whoops.
But it just didn't happen that way. It was a lot more work than anybody anticipated, and just the editing process took way longer than I thought it was going to. So I ended up making like just Starcades for a long time, which confused a lot of people, and I understand because it's weird to have a channel like mine with broad go-to Star Wars for like the whole year. I do get that. And it wasn't supposed to be that way, but live and learn. So I do want to make more short form stuff for sure. And not short form, but I want to make more frequent content. I probably will in 2016. I have a lot of plans. Silas13013 asks, I love you. That's not a question. Tom K Video asks, how far in advance did you plan to have Aaron in the finale of Starcade, and did you anticipate a certain niche of the internet to lose their minds? We planned that shit all the way back in February of 2015, so that's what like 10 months before it launched, and it was killing me. That was like all year I was looking forward to it. It's like all I could talk about was just be like, when this finale hits. Yeah, I was expecting it to have a big reaction because there's a lot of people who were worried about the whole Game Grumps split, which yeah, you can hate it. It's so good, Disney. But hey, I made a cool finale out of it, so. And I think that the finale was know I was shooting the right JonTron. Easy! Because the real JonTron would scream like a baby and say, don't, please, not me, it's him. So thanks for watching this. I'm really bad at Q&As. I hope this did some justice. I don't know, I don't feel like it's hard for me to answer these questions. But anyways, there's one thing I wanted to address. I know it's probably a real vocal minority, but I just wanted to say the ads at the end of my videos don't in any way, like, impact. Because I see a lot of people saying, like, oh, sell out. And I know that's just like a standard like complaint. But for instance, like the food games video, the only sponsor, well, there were 2 episodes. The only sponsors there that were Crunchyroll and Linda. And so like like McDonald's here didn't sponsor that video. In fact, I took a risk just putting those brands in because you can get in trouble for that. So I just wanted to say that like the sponsors I choose are they're people that I think would benefit you, like if you use their service. Like I only pick good services. I don't sell scams. Like you can ask any YouTuber. You get like tons of scam offers every day, like weird, just clickbaity, weird offers. And I don't take anything like that. I only work with these companies who have good track record. Like Audible, for instance, was one of the first I started working with, and they're great. Like by supporting them, you're supporting the show because they let me do have creative freedom, and then I use the sponsorship money to fund the production. Speaking of sponsors, here's one now. Why don't you take your butt down to audible.com/JonTron and pick yourself up a free 30-day trial. I really love Audible. I use it myself. It's like the Spotify of audiobooks. They've got it all.
Okay, there we go.
Now, pick up the official novelization of Star Wars.
Whew.
Somebody was hungry today, wasn't he? I guess hating all those Mondays really worked up an appetite, didn't it? Oh, hold on a second. Let me get that. Hello? Oh God, I forgot to play your body! And let me tell you...
Fucking didgeridoo.
No, by the way, I'm not referring to Talking Tom. I'm referring, of course, to the state-of-the-art cult classic hit, Talking Cat! Exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point. So for your viewing displeasure, and without further ado, I bid thee the tidings of a Talking Cat. Oh, look, this film was produced by the Fantastic Four. Oh, I'm really liking what they've done with it here. Well, I guess this is as good a time as any to show you guys my new revamped logo. Do you like it? The movie starts with like a minute of establishing shots, like any of these ultra low budget films do. Really trying to squeeze every last bit to hit that feature length finish line. I like the witch.
Every time I watch this one, I kind of just am reminded of the fact that when I took film in high school for 3 years straight, I don't want to talk too mean about this teacher because she was legitimately a very, very, very big force for good in my life. I remember I was at a very, I hit a very low point in high school. That's when I developed my sleep disorder, was around this time. And it could have gone very, very bad. Like very, very worse. And I remember she kind of saw that and was just like, hey, why don't you just take a couple independent studies and just hang out? And I just like hung out. And I remember one of the things, it was for film, because I liked movie stuff. Like, I liked working on stuff. Like, YouTube was a thing that, like, I wanted to do, because it was, like, this was, like, this was, like, 2012-ish. This was right around the time when YouTube was, like, oh my god, you can be a YouTuber and make lots of money. probably very close to when the partnership program went public. And I remember she would do like short films with kids and students. And part of that was to, you know, help kids get into acting, help kids with film stuff, you know, give them experience. It was to give them an experience. She would make films with kids. With the school, the high schoolers, they would produce a feature film. Not I realize I worded that very poorly. But she would basically write a short story, and they would produce it. And I remember I edited an entire movie for her. Like, I did like a first rough edit, and I think they were missing some footage. But every time I see one of these ultra, like, very clearly made, like, with a film crew of people from, like, some town that has, like, there's YouTubers that have better production value. I mean, every time I see something like this, or I see like a Hallmark movie, I think of my time there. Like, but I look back on it more fondly. I used to do a lot. She has a PVM that she refuses to sell to me. I've asked her about it many years, and in fact, what model was it? I might be able to look that up.
This is some great church music. Dorothy, over there, I see you. Killing it on the harpsichord tonight. I mean, I wasn't expecting a John Williams score, but this soundtrack is so mismatched. It's making me depressed.
Hello? Hi, is this Chris Barber from Mr. Garber's class?
Oh, wait. Are you still calling about the smell? I told you I don't got access underneath my floorboards.
No. I mean, yeah, I mean...
Ah, come on, spit it out, Romeo.
Apparently, this girl is calling to get English lessons from the sun. This guy's teaching English? I don't know if that's your forte, dude.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm good at English, so... Are you sure? Yeah, sure, I'm sure.
Yeah, what me look like? Some sort of ape man? Ha, that funny. If me ape, why me kill for banana?
Anyway, my parents can't pay much. I mean, come on, no payment necessary. No shoes, no shirt, no service.
It's gonna flood!
What does that mean? I guess,
It's like Niagara Falls out there! Then, mysteriously, a cat walks by, and no one knows where it came from. Kitty? What was it? Okay, I know we're talking about a talking cat here, okay? I wasn't expecting award-winning sound design, but did you have to record this in the fucking catacombs? That's like the worst reverb I've ever heard in a film. Anyways,
It was a TM 1400 SU.
what do you do when you like a girl?
What? How does that relate? Well, you were just asking about the cat. You're gonna forget about the loose wild animal in your house?
Oh, I did see a cat, that one.
Yeah, me too.
Weird, right?
Oh, yeah, I did see that one, that cat. I saw that cat right there. It's that cat. Went right through that cobweb.
Hey, let's go to that pizza, huh?
Yeah, okay. That sounds about right. Okay, so it seems the scene shifts to an evergreen forest now.
Would have been cool. Oh well.
Uh-oh.
I've got to start setting up at the Sims cocktail party, and they're not going to want to see my toes.
Your toes? What's wrong with your toes? You got, like, hobbit feet? You planning on stomping some grapes live at that party, lady?
Hey, Mom. Yes, Tina, and no, you can't go to business college.
But about that, she didn't, say anything about that?
Well, what can I say, Mom? You, read my mind. Where did you get that?
Yep.
Trying to help you find your shoes. Also, what kind of
No.
proposed to their daughter going to business?
No JVC PVM for me.
You will stay at home and become an artist, just like your mother. And in time, you'll learn to hide those wretched toes as well.
But, Mom, I didn't even say which one. Just face it, you are too brilliant and smart.
To waste your time going to get a
reputation, which you have just established she is capable of. Okay, no, that's good. I just want to make sure that's where we're going with that. Don't look at them! They're hideous! I belong in the bell tower! You call me the freak, but you're all the freaks with your five-toed feet!
So, I'm sorry.
Can we bug your mom about business college?
What? Why? She didn't say anything about it. Is it just that this girl all day, that's all she talks about? So everyone's just anticipating it without her even saying it in the moment? Really strange thing to bring up unprovoked.
Why don't you shut it?
Why don't you shut it? You're the annoying one.
What a big happy family we got here.
I hate you, Trent.
Ditto.
Can you guys give it a rest and help me find my shoes, okay? Or I won't feed you this week.
What a big happy family we got here.
Stay outside on the porch.
Oh, is it those? Right there? In our direct line of sight? Wow, I got them. Found them, Mom. Can I have my weekly rations now?
Hi there.
Is that a cat?
We got a regular zoologist here. He recognized that cat like that. Oh, you can see the damn laser pointer. They didn't even try. You can also see cat food on the ground right next to the cat everywhere it is, so they could get it to sit there.
I think so.
Wonder what it wanted.
But it takes real magic to connect the right people at the right time.
So yes, as it turns out, the voice is definitely the inner monologue of the cat. He talks about helping these people, which he or they give no reason for.
Oh, hey, kitty.
So the old man walks outside to once again find the cat, and it's revealed that the name of the cat is Duffy. Also, I think this cat knows this movie's going to be bad for its career and reputation, seeing as the man has to keep breaking its neck back into position to keep it looking at the camera.
Told you to stop rubbing my ears.
Huh. Oh no, Duffy slammed a few back again. Keep calm and keep rubbing.
Okay, well, maybe you can get some sun out here, huh?
If you could grab me a bowl of milk, that would be great.
Excuse me, what? We're where now? That's supposed to be where they live? They clearly were like in LA or Arizona or something like that, and then they just showed an establishing shot from a different hemisphere. Small world, huh? No, literally, very small world for that to be possible.
Did someone mention my name?
Okay, and we're back to the other house. Not sure what the relation
Oh god, I got stuck on Marketplace again. Just looking at all the deals.
I'm not jaded, I just know what I want. Unlike some people.
I heard that.
Oh, come on! Next time you're gonna insult the door frame, at least make sure it's not an earshot. That's just careless.
Why don't I ask the Sims about a good internship for you?
How much does it pay?
I don't know.
Besides, toys and stuff is for people with imaginations and creative type stuff.
Be still, young Isaac Newton. Think any harder and you might hurt yourself.
Toys and stuff is for people with imaginations and creative type stuff.
Yeah, toys and stuff is for smart type people and stuff, not little baby boys like me. Well, I look like some sort of brainiac?
I'm gonna fix that loose fence.
Yeah, you do that. I have a feeling you're gonna be finding yourself fixing a lot of fences around here in the coming future. That's sweet. They let him think he's helping. There ain't no bit inside that drill. Oh, he's out there for hours every day doing the same hole. The fence is beautifully built. It's fine. It doesn't need anything. He thinks he's helping.
We think he likes you. Guys are just clueless like that. I know. I know. I know.
I know.
I know.
Listen,
I know.
I know. It's real.
I am such a good friend.
Read your beeping machine.
Oh my god. I don't know if I can let that slide.
You're a cat.
Read your machine.
And you're talking? How?
Fucking Nightwish.
All on such a low budget. Inspiring. What hard American work will get you. Fuck! Excuse me, what do you think you're doing on my wall, huh? You think you're something special, Mr. Joel? Now, this, okay, you can learn from this. Now that's taste. So, apparently, according to what the cat refers to as...
The rules.
He can only speak to someone like that, like meaning where his lips move, once per person. That's the lore. If you're interested, you can read more about it in the A Talking Cat Compendium.
Mom?
There's a cat in here.
Oh my god. Thank God! The mom was standing right there in the corner watching paint dryer. I don't know what we would have done about this normal house cat.
I know there's a cat in here. It was just talking to me.
Why is there a cat in here?
Did you just glaze over the fact that your daughter said that the cat, spoke to her?
It just is. Did you not hear what I said?
She's clearly speaking from our point of view.
Maybe it's hungry. Should I get it some milk?
It talks. Like, it doesn't just meow. It was just talking to me. Like words, sentences, language out loud to me.
Where's your brother?
This is why you have no imagination. A talking cat?
He's still on the fence! He's standing over here like Forrest Gump just drilling the same piece of wood. He hasn't moved. What is this movie? When's it gonna be over? After the daughter freaks out, she goes and throws her freakishly large laptop on the bed. And the music goes eerie while she sees the dad from the first part of the movie on his website. What? Yes, is there something you wanted to say, or? Okay, yeah. Thanks for scrolling so slowly. I didn't want to miss anything after all.
Daddy, what am I gonna do? Try taking a long walk into the woods.
You will find a woman named Cheryl buried under the 12th oak tree. God told me to do it. He told me she was a whore!
You can talk? But only once?
Yeah, you know, that's the rules. Shut up already. So after this scene, the old man has a mental breakdown in front of his mirror as he goes for a walk because hearing a cat talk scarred him for life.
I'm gonna stop talking to stray cats because that makes no sense at all.
He decides to go on a walk to calm his nerves. And wait a second. I thought they lived by the beach in like Guam. Now we're like what, in the Pacific Northwest? He could just walk that far? They must pay a lot of money to reside in this multi-biosphere realm. You can get it all here.
You stay dumb. I'm off to the library to work on my proposal.
What's up with you, cat?
I'm a talking cat.
Wait, what? Is that a talking cat? Words came out of that mouth? No, I'm not believing that. Tell me a cat would talk to me?
There's a column my Earth owner gave me. So crazy about it.
You're a cat.
You're a human.
And now I'm about to blow my fucking brains out. I just want to point out that his reaction to the cat speaking directly to him.
Okay, so how the fuck do I want to color these?
Saw the cat normally.
Is that a cat?
I'm a talking cat, remember?
That just makes me crazy. I have plenty of imagination.
You have to drill that far to get the demon out of my brain. Oh, wait, no. You're kidding me. They're neighbors? You juggled these plots for this long to have them bump into each other 40 minutes in? I really thought they were on different parts of the globe.
Wait, you're not a crazy person, right? I mean, no offense.
Ah, yes. The classic psychiatric evaluation for all crazy people. You just walk up. Yo, you crazy? What, would a crazy stranger do something like aggressively walk closer to you after you ask him that question? So, she lets a perfect stranger into her house and they talk about cheese puffs or something.
Cheese puffs?
I'm not joking.
My son doesn't think so.
Oh, you have a son? How old?
So, a wonderful Twilight Years romance blossoms here. And then they become friends, I guess.
Well, why don't you make it your own?
Well, I don't have much taste. I mean, look at me. I look like something that the cat dragged in.
He's in, boys! He did it! He said it!
Oh, that's my cheese puffs.
Oh, well, let me help you with them.
No, they're hot.
Now, if you don't excuse me, I'll grab him out of this oven here with my bare hands without any hesitation.
Who's this guy?
This is Phil, our neighbor.
Phil, don't freak out. Don't freak out.
You were warned, Phil! You didn't listen! So it actually starts getting a bit weird. These two are getting along, but then as he drops her tray that she really needed for some catering event, she gets, like, actually mad.
My cheese puffs.
Oh no, they were dropped right side up, completely protected by tinfoil.
Sorry, maybe I can buy you some more.
I'm sure it's not that big of a deal, Mom.
It is.
He's up! Boys, he's up! Hey-oh! So it just gets awkward. He suggests a way to fix it, but the mom just, like, is lastingly mad at him. And we were even rooting for him at this point. Jeez, that's real pain.
But there's got to be something I can do.
Yeah, you know what? You could go, really. We'll be fine.
So the daughter, like, tracks Phil down in the woods and follows him home. And then, I don't even know, the brother comes looking for his sister and somehow finds their house, which he's never been to before. And, well, it just really starts derailing from here.
Hey, do you think I could take a swim?
No, Phil. That is unacceptable. I expect more from my kids. And you know what? I barely know you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, then maybe we should hang out sometime.
You're asking me out? Now?
You're very pretty.
Dad, please, stop rambling.
That's not fair, Mom.
feeling good here? Yeah? Nice silly movie about a talking cat? Yeah, okay. And then there's this totally derivative scene, okay? Really pissed me off how easy it was to see this coming. And you probably already know what I'm gonna say, okay? I'm of course talking about the scene where they scan clothes with a fucking bedside worm light for over 2 literal minutes to test this girl's algorithm for to how to dress best on her computer program that she made and needed Phil's website for some reason. What, you didn't see that coming? Also, there's this part where I think they accidentally synced up these lines to the music.
Scan in.
Yep.
Scan in.
Yep. So, after all this, yes, this is where the cat's help comes into play. He goes to, once and for all, solve their domestic dispute. But I can't even talk no more, I'll tell you that much. What the fuck? The cat gets hit by a car? The first time I watched that, I thought I was just missing the point, but no, he really gets hit.
Susan.
So the gang all shows up to see the state of the cat's health. And I can't believe I'm actually saying this.
We found him. The vet has made him comfortable, but we put him in my room.
Oh God, comfortable is the last thing you ever want to be when you're being hospitalized. Oh, yeah. Oh God, Duffy. Are you gonna be okay, boy? You see, I think I see the problem here. I mean, he's got a little, let me show you. See this? He's got a little bit of this on him. You just gotta take that off. It'll be good. Be clean. Ready to go by tomorrow. At the clinic. I can't believe they're actually trying to pass this off. Is this a movie or a money laundering scheme? Somebody made this decision behind the scenes. I'll tell you what, he does look comfortable. Very comfortable. Too comfortable. Oh, everything makes sense now. Except that Majorp that just went by right there.
What happened?
Yeah! What happened?
We did something. I'm Duffy. I'm a talking cat.
Thank you guys so much for watching. This episode of JonTron was sponsored by Audible.com. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be able to sit here screaming at Garfield, but please have to look at you. You were a great sport. You might know Audible. If you don't, they're... Hello there. It's a beautiful day in Manhattan. Beautiful evening. I'm going to make a video type that I don't normally make. Let's hope it's going to be good. So I don't usually make videos like this, and I'll probably regret making this video, but you know what? Every now and then, because okay, I don't consider myself a journalist, a games journalist, any kind of journalist. I just consider myself pretty much strictly an entertainer. So I don't like to comment on stuff, especially because usually, when you comment on stuff, you gotta show all the angles and all the nitty-gritties. But I'm not really. This is just an opinion piece, okay? Just take this as an opinion piece. I felt like I had to make it because it's something I care about, and it just pissed me off so much. And okay, a lot of you probably don't even know what I'm talking about. That's fine. This video is only for people who played World of Warcraft since 2004 onwards. So if you don't know about that, you probably don't even give a shit about these. So just go away. I don't mean it to stay. Okay, so if you don't know, the way World of Warcraft has worked is back in the day they released vanilla, which was just the standard first version of the game. And as each expansion comes out, the last one sort of becomes nullified in a sense, but it's not quite that. They've just made a lot of changes to the game since vanilla. And now in World of Draenor, I don't even like it anymore. I think it's a big shitty donkey shit. If they kept the core the same all the way through now, it wouldn't really be that different, but they've changed a lot. So much so that I don't feel like it's the same game anymore. And I think a lot of people do. So people would make private servers for vanilla, vanilla being the very first expansion. But it's really hard to do that because they have to script everything out. It's a really complicated process. They don't just burn the disk, put it on, and then put it on the server. It's a really harshly dedicated process. And so I just want to start by saying I know that they are not strictly legal. I feel like there are some gray areas here that need to be addressed. If the server is making a profit, then I think it's fair to say that I can see them taking down something like that. But a lot of these are just for the love of the old game. Like this one, Nostalrius, that Blizzard just shut down. Why, Blizzard? Why are you doing this to me? Okay, let me just start Warcraft like a lot of people. And I know it's only like 4 games, but they meant a lot to a lot of people. And like they converted me to PC gaming. I would always tell people like, yeah, PC gaming is the way to go. Trust me, you gotta play these Blizzard games. And back then Blizzard used to really care about their fan base and the games they made, because that's why they're popular. I'm just good at Blizzard. Remember that? That was a good time when you did that. The main point of this video. I had to take my water break. I don't mean my water's broke. Not having a baby. The main point of this video is that Blizzard has taken down this server to stall race that I played on. I had a character on it. And I'll tell you what, a lot of these private servers have a lot of issues, or they like pay to win, or they like sped up XP, or just things like that. And this one wasn't. This one was amazing. This one had like, it was Blizz-like in every way, perfectly scripted, no donations. It was just for the love of the game. People just wanted to play that game. But Blizzard is such dicks about it. Like, here, look at this video. Here's a video of Blizzard responding to a perfectly innocuous question of if they would bring back legacy servers, meaning bring back, like, they're basically saying, hey, can we play the game that you made that we love? We'll pay for it. That's what this man says, and look at this guy's fucking reaction.
Have you ever thought about adding servers for previous expansions as they were then?
No. And by the way, you don't want to do that either. You think you do, but you don't.
You don't know what to do. It's just such blatant disrespect. But anyways, my point being, there was such a big community on this Solaris. Look at, I played on this server, and I'm probably gonna get shit from somebody for saying this, and I know I'm not. Blizzard isn't their legal right, but it's like, look at that. That is how many people showed up to say goodbye to this server. You wanna know why that doesn't happen in retail? Because it fucking sucks! How about you just make a good game and then you don't have to take down your old game that's yours? Just put the old game up, you'll make the money back, you fucking idiots! This isn't business you're losing. This is business you lost because you're not listening to the people who are playing your game. You've changed it so much. The game is just like you stand in your garrison now. It's like a fucking Facebook game. Yeah, they want to play your old game. Just put that back up. But if you're not gonna put, if you're gonna like insult your fans and say like, won't want that, well then fucking, no shit, people are gonna try to put up your old game. They're doing it for free out of love. These people literally on their website say, for over a year, you have been part of an extraordinary journey. A journey back to the early days of our beloved game. Wow, they really seem like a bunch of profiteers, don't they? A journey in which hundreds of thousands of people took part in together. Something we've never seen before on retail or private. We built a strong community sharing values and a common genuine interest for this wonderful game created by Blizzard. Blizzard, I don't know, I can kind of see why you hate these guys, why you sent them a literal, actual, formal notice of we're gonna fucking sue you. These fucking poor people who did this for free. 800,000 players registered, 150,000 players active. That's a lot for a private server. They say they train entire teams. Development, software validation, customer service. I mean, they were doing this all for the love of your game. So, just want to let you know that I don't really have a point here. I just can't believe Blizzard is like this now. It just makes me sad. World of Warcraft meant a lot to a lot of people. It might seem silly because it's just a game, and I get that. And there's more important issues out there, obviously. But like, this game was like a big part of my life and a lot of people's lives. And all these people want to do is go back and play, because you can put in Ocarina of Time. You can just, oh, now I'm playing that. But this game, the only way you can play it is on something like that, because they don't offer it. And also, it's just, it needs a community to play. So I think what's sad is because it feels like this company has gone from somebody who like understood their fan base. They made this for their fans. They made it for themselves, because I feel like that's the kind of game they wanted to play. But nowadays they're just like milking this thing. It's not even. It's like a shadow of what it was like. It's like Dad's got Alzheimer's. Look, Blizzard's within their full legal right. It's just my opinion that they're being ridiculous. And I think it's a big fuck you to all these people. Look at all these people. They just love Blizzard's game. That's it. Blizzard. Nobody's gonna go back to a game from 2004. This is not stealing profits from your game. These people wouldn't even sub to your game. In fact, most of these people are people that just don't like your current game, so they're trying to go back and play your old one. This isn't steal. Nobody's gonna go back to an MMO from 2004, like, to steal your profits. Come on, get real. There was a reason, okay, that these sub numbers climbed here and then tanked here. This is when I unsubbed too, because they changed the game. And they don't even report their figures anymore. And I personally, I mean, it's just an opinion, but I personally don't believe it's because my point is like, look how much people like cared about this. This fucking song. Let me mute it. Look how much people care about this. This is after the server was ending. All these people showing up to say goodbye. I mean, do you think people are faking this? In conclusion, I just want to get all my thoughts out. I think, of course, Blizzard can do whatever they want with their IP. I mean, they're a massive titan of a company. Who can mess with them? And but that's not even the point. It's their IP. They own it, and that's just how copyright law works. I understand that, but why not see where all these people are coming from? See that it's like a real need and meet the demand. Prohibition didn't work, did it? Like, I mean, they could have worked with the Installrius people to like put a legit legacy server. If you're not going to do it, why not let someone else do it? You don't even want to do it, so what's the point? And like when I was playing Installrius, I think honestly it was the first time in a really long time I felt like I was playing the World of Warcraft I loved. And I know you can say like, okay, move on, it's nostalgia, just play like another MMO or retail or something. But like, I think if the creator of chess just said, oh, now chess is just I'm erasing it, and now chess is like ultra chess, and you can never play chess again. I think it's just something innately human about wanting to preserve chess the way it was. I mean, you know, and like if the makers of chess aren't going to do it, who made chess, huh? Let's have a talk about who made chess.
You know, World of Warcraft feels like a fucking bullet that I dodged. I feel like that game could have really did some damage to me as a person, and I think I was just a little too young for it. I remember my cousin used to play it. Also, what a lot of people don't realize is this movie, The Skateboard Kid, actually has a sequel. And I've seen the sequel. I haven't seen the first one.
That's right. Today we're watching The Skateboard Kid, the film with the famous tagline, "Why take the road when you can fly?" This film was made in 1993 and features the voice of the late Dom DeLuise, who was the voice of such characters as Jeremy from Secret of Nim and Pizza Hut from Spaceballs.
Hell yeah, let's fucking go. Oh, this gives me fucking soul damage looking at this.
Oh, the beast is demonic in nature. Very icky, no good.
Featuring songs by the Trash Kittens. What is that, like a kitten you found in the trash?
Oh, I thought that was him. That fucking biffed.
Either way, great band name, guys. Is that so? Yes, it does. Skateboard says power. Why though? Why is this the
Probably leave that black for a minute.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there. I remember when I rented out my local laser tag for the night of my birthday.
Okay, Max. Let's rip.
I'm a pretty cool dude. And that's just the facts. So, what? Did they have some sort of coordinated plan here besides just skateboarding around? He looked like he had something really serious planned. Also, skateboarding inside all slowly like that is just, well, it's impractical at best, and it just makes you look silly.
Chicken wings, get your wings. Come and get 'em. Tasty little chicken wings.
Okay, so their master plan was just, I guess, to mess with this guy who literally just stands there and says the words chicken wings over and over. I mean, they must have planned it in advance, because this kid hooks up the police car like he knows the police is going to chase them. Why don't they just pick another target?
Alright, let's see if we can't find a good example of, like, a background to do here.
First of all, that insult could have used some work. Second of all, the pain and humiliation I feel daily are immense. For someone like you to cut someone like me deeper, well, you must have problems yourself, buddy, so I feel bad for you. And how fucking dare you say that to me? I'm gonna make you regret those goddamn words! So interspersed throughout the movie are these strange shots of skateboard tricks. Like all these shots they coordinated with the airplanes. I'm assuming they just rolled up to LAX and did this before the security showed up. I mean, half the tricks they do aren't even that impressive. They're just jumping around like idiots. What's this song trying to say? Skateboarder? Or perhaps this is a tribute song to the life and times of a man named Scott Porter.
Mr. Border's gonna really appreciate this. I just feel
Also, the other thing that I haven't done is, so the thing here is that this is like a flashback, sort of like internal monologue page. So, all of these are gonna need black. At least these first couple.
I guess you really shouldn't have been wearing that chicken mask while skateboarding.
Why'd he cross the road like that? Get to the other side, you Barney.
Yeah, check out this stupid picture of your face. Also, our friend is actually dead. Oh god, it's those post-mortem spasms.
Very funny, guys.
Oh, you were never dead at all. That was just a trick. A dirty trick by some dirty boy.
Then you're not laughing, Tits. I was, but then you took your mask off.
Suppose you gentlemen know where Mill Creek is, do you?
Mill Creek? I've never heard of Mill Creek. Have you ever heard of Mill Creek?
Something tells me they don't know too much about Mill Creek.
There is a Mill Creek. You know, it's back that way. Really? Well, it's 40 miles down that way. Then you make a right.
So,
I guess let's go and do that real quick on a couple of these. Oops. We can see what is missing what.
Excuse me, do you know how to get to 50th Street Station from here?
Yeah, you go down 10 blocks that way, make a right, you can't miss it.
Are you with him?
Mom used to always say,
Yeah. Sometimes the thing you're looking for is staring you right in the face.
Wow, Mom sure used to say a lot of things that hold very little relevance to most situations.
I'm telling you, I got a good feeling about this place. You'll see. You're gonna love this stuff.
Uh-oh, you think, Fel? Whatever. We won't be needing that anyway.
You just start her up.
Whoa, hey, buddy, listen. Grandma don't need no help. She's about to get out there, start tearing up some asphalt. Just clear the way.
Bye-bye.
So now we meet this character, Dan, the usual sleazy car salesman type. Seriously, he's not even doing it that well. This is like what I do at home when I think no one's watching and I'm pretending to be cool. Wow, well, you're just a real waste of fucking human life, aren't you?
This one.
So next we cut to the kids from earlier messing with a neighborhood girl.
have a heart attack, Squirt. Shut up! Back off, Snake!
Oh, Snake did not expect that. But you startled him. He's like, oh my god, I'm sorry.
Oh, Christ!
So I guess the implication is that the father is doing poorly at his new job, so he was sent to direct a commercial? But isn't that like an upgrade? I don't know.
Hey, Dad.
Oh, yeah. What is it, Zach?
Dad, I need a loan. I know this is kind of slow.
I said not now, Zach.
No, you didn't.
Zach. 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 Zach.
Oh, Christ!
And
Okay, Dad. Y'all probably remember my great-granddaddy, Dirty Dan Tanner. Once committed armed robbery.
Well, that's a shame.
Sorry.
So since our hero was framed by the bully, as seen here, everyone on set hates him. Especially this guy. Holy shit, he punched his skateboard clean in half. Well, you gotta be really angry to get that level of punch. I'm mad! But just in the nick of time, he's saved by a kind
kind soul who gives him a lemonade and a pat on the back, welcoming him to the new town.
Listen, lady, I haven't got all day.
I'm coming!
Ah, what a nice lady. Seems like she's having a bit of a domestic with her spouse.
Your needs are all alike.
Please, I'll find it.
Wait, what? You're just screaming at a random electrician as if it were a family member, and she just left him in there to give some kid lemonade? Apparently, she has some sort of issue with your electricity. She hasn't paid for it or something like that.
Not my concern.
Wait, what? What are you doing over there, Zach? No, not wait 1 minute.
I dread the day when I'm gonna have to fix Korean Harry Potter.
No, I'm serious. Did you break something? Did you do something illegal? Who are you?
It's not even obvious to the audience what's going on here. How exactly has this kid Zach figured out how to fix her anomalous electricity situation the moment he met her? Oh my god, lady, he's drinking your fish! Oh, you're just fine with him drinking your pet fish. Oh, that's funny to you. That's a joke. No reaction. Also, this was, what, part of the plan? You did that first? You went and first thing, you put her pet fish in the drink first of all, assuming that she would be okay with her pet fish dying and that he would drink this at all and not see the fish. And also, when you broke the glass with the rock, how did you replace the glass? Were you carrying an extra glass with you to put on there?
Sometimes the thing you're looking for is staring you right in the face.
Oh my god. Are you my ghost mom?
Now, what can I do for you?
Huh? Excuse me, what did you just say?
Well, I'm not going to let my hero get out of a place like this without a reward.
Cut it! Cut it quick! Cut the film! This is getting too weird and wild! Also, it's extra strange because she just said the thing his mom said.
So, since Zach's skateboard has been broken by way of being delicately punched in actual half, she decides to give him another one she has just lying around.
Perfect thing. Written for me, huh?
What, you have some decency? Blow the other way, maybe? The hell?
What's that supposed to be?
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry about that. What's that supposed to be?
This
is crack.
Once belonged to the amazing
So then, like, immediately after this scene, there's a montage of him cutting up a bunch of shit and putting it on the skateboard. Why? What prompted this? I mean, shouldn't there be a few scenes where the kids make fun of it first or something to give him a reason to work on it?
We're getting there. We're getting there. All right, yeah, I'm gonna wrap up myself. Tomorrow is my in-office day, I think. We'll save our I gotta do this one too. Yeah, we'll take care of it eventually. Oh, there he is, Mr. fucking Long Man.
What does a man do when halfway through a movie?
トールさんが避ける組咲いてる時の顔が好き。
そう？
もっと長く見てたいな。
あー